916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Progressive asks, what do an escaped leopard,
We're live from the zoo where a leopard has escaped.
a growling stomach, an uneaten tuna sandwich, and a backdoor doggy door have in common? They can lead to an unexpected kitchen renovation.
Yeah, hi. Is this the zoo? Your leopard is in my kitchen.
Bundle your home and auto with Progressive for great savings and round-the-clock protection.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey everyone, it's Ted from Consumer Cellular, the guy in the orange sweater, and this is your wake-up call. If you're paying too much for wireless service, you don't have to keep having that nightmare. Consumer Cellular has the same fast, reliable coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. So why keep spending more than you have to? Seriously, wake up and call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com.
Savings based on cost of Consumer Cellular single line 1, 5, and 10 gig data plans with unlimited talk and text compared to lowest cost single line postpaid unlimited talk, text, and data plans offered by T-Mobile and Verizon January 2024.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your new home for 49ers football in the 916.
Sactown Sports.
Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SactownSports.com and the Sactown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sactown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
And let's hear it for Kyle Draper and son Nick. They medaled in a charity golf tournament today.
Yes, I tell you what, the Draper household is on fire for the last 24 hours or so when it comes to athletic ventures. So me, my son, his friend, and his friend's dad played out at Hagen Oaks charity golf tournament to support wounded veterans and deceased veterans.
How about that?
Yes. Showed out for that. Finished tied for second.
Nice. Understand the youngsters are long off the tee.
Yeah, these young kids. Here's the thing about these young golfers and people at home listening and writing. They don't have touch or feel or, but when it comes to just swinging hard.
They don't have any bones. It's all like rubber.
Right. And so these young kids, 14 years old, hitting it about 270, 280 easily. And we use their drive pretty much every hole, man.
Excellent. So, well, that must be fun. And then what's this? You implied that last night Kyle Draper had a bounce back night on the hardwood. I know Jay and I got the text.
In the game.
Exactly. I tell you what,
sending us LeBron
gifs
and GIFs and
You know me, Whitey. I don't like to toot my own horn. You know that.
Funniest thing he's ever said.
I don't like to toot my own horn. But your boy was in his bag, as Kendrick Perkins says, looking for fries at the bottom of the bag. That's how much I was in my bag last night. I think I had 15 points, but I might have had 17 points last night in the 80-75 win for the Dukes.
Ooh.
I know some of my teammates and people from the league are listening. I'm waiting for the stats to be updated because we didn't have a box score, Whitey, after the game.
I don't read those things anyway.
I know.
Give me a stat line.
I need the stat line. But here's what I do recall from my game. I hit a little turnaround shot in the lane. I was working in the post, hit the turnaround.
Mouse in the house.
Yep, mouse in the house, went to work. Had 2 layups. Had a mid-range baseline jumper. Had a 3-ball, swack 'em. And 6 of 8 from the free throw line.
Oh.
Not bad, 75% free throw shooter.
That's excellent.
So your boy upped his averages, man. And I told you, Whitey and Jay, I told y'all when I left here.
You did.
I said, I'm going to have a better game.
I'm glad you did. And I know Dave took some cheap shots at you,
right.
and you responded.
Exactly. Let Dave cook. Let Dave cook. Let Dave cook.
Gotta let him cook.
Gotta let him cook. He got his off, but I got mine off last night, man. We won the game, And your boy was out there, man. Like, it was the best I felt all season.
That's what the best do.
That's
they rise
exactly
to the occasion.
Exactly. I'm like the Luka Doncic of the Lifetime Summer League.
And the Luka Doncic of the charity golf
tournament
circuit.
Yes. I will say this, though. In all honesty, and I was just talking to Jay about this yesterday, I can't do back-to-backs, meaning I can't do athletic endeavors on back-to-back days.
You got to manage your load at this stage.
Your boy is, I'm in pain right now. Like, I am laboring right now. The basketball took a lot out of him. I left it all on the court. And then at 8 o'clock tea time today, so I'm struggling right now. You're going to have to carry the show, Whitey. You and Jay. I've been carrying y'all since October. It's your turn. I'm going to take today off,
You
big
kind of
fella.
get used to it. So, I was like, oh, really? Okay. What's the biggest story in basketball right now? Putting your game aside. Is it the finals are on, Mike Brown's saga, or your girl Caitlin Clark saying, I feel like I'm getting hammered?
Ooh, that's a good one. I do like Caitlin Clark a lot. I'm always pro Caitlin.
And I think she is getting hammered.
Oh yeah, she's definitely she's not only getting hammered in the league, and we talked about this off air by the schedule also. How come they've played 9 games and other teams have played 5 and 6? It's like, it's like she's a show pony at the carnival, and the WNBA is just trotting her out there to get more views and more clicks and everything. I'm like, man, this girl's playing every other day. The biggest story in Sacramento, obviously, is Mike Brown. But I really think NBA-wise, the biggest story is what those Dallas Mavericks are doing, led by Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving. And Kyrie going back to Boston. I said it the other day. In terms of basketball athletes, Kyrie is the most hated athlete in Boston. They hate him more than they hate LeBron, more than they hate Magic from back in the day, more than they hate Worthy and Kurt Rambis. Like, Kyrie is public enemy number 1. So even though the conference finals were awful, lacked storylines, this is a made-for-Hollywood script we're about to see next week.
By the way, here on the text line, Noah from West Sac wants to know, did you play the Kirklands?
No Kirklands, big fella.
Everywhere it goes. That's what people
no.
ask you wherever you go now.
Dude, I'm getting food afterwards, and this guy's like, hey, man, you didn't play with your Kirklands, did you? And I'm like, oh, my gosh. It's everywhere I go, people love the Kirkland. Although the young fella that I was playing with, not my son, but his friend, as we were talking about it, he's like, yeah, my friend uses a Kirkland driver. He says it's really good. And I'm like, a Kirkland driver? What the heck? Like, seriously, when it comes with a free pack of balls, too? Like, yeah, no, I did not use the Kirklands.
I'm going to go out to demo days at Hagen. Where's the Kirkland?
Right,
tent?
exactly. That's how it is. You got the TaylorMade, the Titleist tent and all that. Where's the Kirkland tent? I love it.
And we have this from the 916. Can Drapes shout out my friend Zach? He just had a baby and is watching. That's up to you.
Did he have a girl, boy? What?
That's
I mean,
all we know.
I mean, usually I do those on Cameo. You can sign up for $37.99. You can get a special shout out from Drapes on Cameo. But I'll give Zach a special shout out because I don't know if this is his first kid. You guys remember this. When you get that first one, you think you're prepared. You think you're ready to go. But once they come, it's like, it's like going down a roller coaster. You can't turn back. It's like jumping out of a plane. It's like you just got to roll with it.
Yeah. You're right. There's no way you try to say the nice things, the right things, but bottom line is you're not going to have any idea till you go through it.
And I felt bad too. And Nick is my son. Love him to death, but he was a difficult baby. And as the father, there's only so much I could do. You know what I mean? So I take him driving around late at night, trying to get him to sleep. But that's about all I could do. It was my wife. She handled everything. So while she's up at 3 o'clock nursing, he's whining, I'm up in the other room napping, sleeping hard. So I understand how, I mean, what you want me to do, Whitey? I can't
stay
do
up with you.
No, stay up. Come on. Somebody got to get rest.
I developed a theory when our daughters were little. When they're really little, you just hold them here. But once they get a little older, every time you hold them, a man holds them, there's a part of their anatomy that's very firm that is aimed directly at your genitals. And I think it's nature. When they're really little, if they kick, and they get a little bigger and it's the knee. And I think it's nature's way of saying, You can hold them some, but mom has to do
Mom
it.
has
They
to
want
do it.
mom, and
Right.
it's just that's the way it's supposed to
Because
be.
mom don't have those kind of tools that we,
Right,
those parts
right.
that we have. You're right about that, White. I never thought of it. So I shouldn't feel guilty. I mean, it's nature's way of saying,
That's exactly right.
Mom, you got it.
Yeah, and as long as you got to do what you can do, and in the old days, like dads, they didn't have anything to do, like diapers and all that. It's like,
Diapers?
no way.
You know what's funny, though? When we had my daughter, love Quinn to death. She's my sweet pea. I changed her diaper. I was the first one to change her diaper. I changed the first diaper. And to me, changing the first diaper is worth at least like 1,000 other changes. You know what I mean? And so anytime, so I would tell my wife, what do you mean I don't change? I changed the first one. What are you talking about? I still use that to this day. And even with Quinn, I tell her, oh, Dad, you never do anything for me. What? I changed your diaper. I was the first one to change your diaper, and that shuts everything up.
Was it? What did she want? Was it Apple Plus she wanted? And
Peacock.
Peacock. Did you tell when she gave you the huff? Did you tell her, I changed your first diaper?
I should have. It is so funny. I told her the story yesterday about talking about her on the radio. And I'm like, yeah, you remember you wanted Peacock? She was like, yeah. And I was like, what show was that? She was like, it was Young Sheldon, Dad. So I got there.
You were right.
Young Sheldon. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's huffing and puffing over Young Sheldon.
I'm in that uncomfortable position once again where we have to say nice things about Luka. Tell you what, the most impressive thing about him is when we come right back.
Let's go.
On Sactown Sports.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Local every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
And we are tearing the roof off the sucker today, I tell you what, on this Friday. How about this from Rob Rancho Cordova? Been waiting for the show all day. Curious what you guys think about the leaked Mike Brown offer. Rob, we had that yesterday.
We were on it first yesterday.
You should have been listening yesterday.
When news breaks.
Uh-huh.
You hear it here first.
But that's all right. Appreciate that.
When it breaks,
we have it first.
That was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be, I think it's going to be fine. I really do now. I'm just like, it's going to work out. This is all much ado about nothing. It's a big kerfuffle. Soon enough, we're going to just say, all right, great, they got it done. I have to believe that. I want to believe that.
I'm sorry. I'm just checking out some things. No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's all right.
No, because, as we're talking and we going on air and I'm like,
breaking news.
Yeah, Woj just tweeted something, but it was about the Lakers and their draft, not us. And so I apologize, Whitey.
Right. We're just talking here.
All I know is whatever you just said, you delivered it emphatically. So please do that again. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying at this point, my feeling on Mike Brown and the Kings is it's going to get done. Because I have to believe it. I want to believe it. I know there's a lot of noise here. Some of this doesn't even make sense. Like Jay was, you heard from Jay. He texted us. He's trying to get some national media people to weigh in, and they're like, I don't know what's going on.
And this is what's frustrating about this. You got these leaks, and I've talked to Mark Spears, who's well connected, well dialed into both parties. He's not aware of what's going on. There's a lot, some of the national media that Jay talked to. Everybody's like, I don't know. Even though Zach Lowe went on his podcast and ripped the Kings about not getting it done, nobody really knows what's going on. we saw this Shams report yesterday to 3 years, $21 million, could go up to 27 with incentives. And I was listening to Carmichael, Dave, and them today. I had them on. Great show as always. Those guys do a fantastic job. And
that's not what you said a minute ago.
No, I know. I got to give him some. He gave us some love earlier today.
He did.
Yeah, he played our interview from yesterday. And so he gave us love. So I'm going to give him some love. But he threw out an idea, and I had never thought of it like this. The Shams tweet came out saying that the Kings had made a competitive offer. And Dave surmised that it's too obvious to believe that the Kings would put that out, and he in his Jedi mind tricks kind of mind says, what if the other side put it out? And I didn't even think of it like that, but it does come across as like, the first 3 or 4 words is like, oh, the Kings putting this out. And so the games that are being played by both sides, it's ugly. It's a bad look for Sacramento, the Kings organization. It's a bad look for Mike Brown as well. You asked me what the biggest story in the NBA was right now. It's the finals, yes. But what's the story everybody's looking at and laughing about? Oh, it's the Kings. The Kings doing it again. And we don't know what's really happening behind the scenes.
Right.
But whatever is happening, the way it's coming out is not good for the organization.
Let's talk about that for a minute. I heard that too with Dave. I went on with Dave just a little bit today doing some silly stuff, but I heard him saying that.
Yeah.
And I was looking forward to talking to you about it because his theory is basically, the leak that came out yesterday, everyone is assuming it came from the Kings because it says the Kings made a competitive offer. Dave's theory is maybe it didn't come from the Kings. Okay. Then it came from Mike Brown's camp, right?
Yeah.
Why would we talked about this yesterday. If you're negotiating, why do you say an offer was competitive? If it's one you turn down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You wouldn't use that.
So the whole thing
if it's competitive, why didn't you take it then?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, no, you're right. And so
I don't know the answer. But I just know that any way you look at it, you kind of end up going, it doesn't quite seem right.
You know what? This is what I'm talking about, Whitey. This whole situation is making everybody, both sides, look foolish to me. They need to be adults and get this done. Handle a negotiation the way it's supposed to be handled behind closed doors. Don't negotiate in the press. And so I think both sides come out looking, pretty foolish here. And I think both sides will be scarred, too, when it's all said and done. I do believe Mike Brown will get his deal. But in the back of his mind, he's going to remember I had to fight tooth and nail to get this deal done. In the back of the Kings organization mind, I surmise they're thinking, man, this dude, we had to give everything. It's just, it's going to leave a bad taste in both sides' mouth.
It would really be an advanced play. And I can't imagine anyone would do this. But this is like from a Michael Connolly book where the Lincoln lawyer did this.
Yeah.
It would be where if you're Coach Brown's camp and you leak that, knowing that everyone is going to assume it came from the other side.
Right.
No one is going to think it's from you, and you leak that to make the other side look bad. But if you're going to do that, that's like an act of war.
That's what I'm saying. How does this further your cause?
Yeah.
If I'm the Kings and Mike Brown leaked that, and the way it was worded and everything, that was designed to make the Kings look bad. And so that's not negotiating in good faith. No. I'm not going to bend over backwards and give you the money now so that's what makes this so foolish, right? I don't know who leaked what or what. Both sides, no matter who leaked it, it was wrong. Like, it doesn't make the Kings look good because think about this. Let's say the Kings leaked this offer. $7 million. That's not a competitive offer in today's NBA. And people are saying, well, look what Jason Kidd is making or look what this guy is making. But the price has gone up. When Jaylen Brown signed his extension, Whitey, the $300 million, the largest contract in NBA history, was he the best player? No. It was just his turn, and he came at the right time. And it's sort of similar to Mike Brown right now.
You saw what Sean Cunningham tweeted about this.
Man, I don't listen to Sean. Oh, yeah. What'd he say?
To add context, he said the deal. You just mentioned Jason Kidd. He tweeted that the deal that the Kings offered is believed to be comparable to the Jason Kidd deal that he took from the Mavericks. Okay, that's wonderful, but we don't know what that deal was. It hasn't been reported.
We don't know what that deal.
So it's like,
and when was that deal signed?
I think that was it was fairly recently. I think it was April. I'd have to double check.
Was it April?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which he may be now going, man, I should have waited a few.
Right. If he would have negotiated now, if you're Jason Kidd, the price would have went up.
But they had to come to the table, the Mavs, because he was being mentioned as a possible successor to Darvin Ham.
Right.
So he had that leverage. So the Mavericks had to step up to the plate. But is the Kings offer anything like that? Nobody knows except maybe, Jason Kidd and the Mavericks. We don't know what the offer was.
Exactly. We don't know what the offer was. And, it looks like it was May that the Mavs signed him to a contract extension. And, we don't know what Kidd's offer was. We don't necessarily know for sure what the Mike Brown situation is. I was talking to somebody earlier, and I threw out, what if it's not the annual salary, but the years?
Yeah.
What if Mike Brown wants 5 years or 4 years?
Yeah, that was brilliant.
Like it might not be about, $7 million versus 10 or anything like that. Mike Brown might want more, because if I'm an athlete, if I'm a TV, like if I'm negotiating something, I want more years. It's not like you're an NBA player where if you're LeBron James, you want a shorter contract so you can renegotiate and get a bigger bag. If you're a coach, you want more job security.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I think Mike Brown was looking for. I do believe, the dollar amount is important, but I also feel the number of years is key also.
Mm-hmm. Nate Jones on the NBA on Twitter, or X, pardon me, said Kings playing around with the coach that got them out of complete irrelevance is wild. Prices for top coaches went up.
It went up. So. It is what it is, and look at Doc Rivers, 10 mil, Mike Budenholzer, 10 mil. And even if people say, well, those coaches got a ring, well, give Mike Brown $9 million. I think the $7 million offer with the incentives, that's like.
Well, especially because, as you said, it's like it's only a bump of 2 this year.
2 this year.
And next year was already going to be, that was already in play.
That was already in play. The
so
option.
It's not much of an extension.
Extension, right. Yeah. And that's what I think, and this is just me personally, I'm not tied in, or I don't know the details of the negotiations, but if I'm Mike, you know what? That's like really only tacking 1 more year on. Like, that's not long enough. I need 4 years, a 4-year deal at roughly 36 or something like that. We get it done.
So the whole thing is goofy any which way you look at it, which leads me to believe I think they're going to get it done. I think somebody is, playing games, maybe not just with each other, but with us. I don't know. I think we're going to, because I want to think it's going to get done sooner rather than later.
But why do you know how it is? It's going to get done, but I hope it gets done before feelings are hurt.
Yeah.
Before, the relationship, the marriage is damaged, because we heard some of the reports, about the brass at the Sacramento Kings being unhappy about missing out on the playoffs. And so it's already a little, a little tenable there. It could go either way. Yeah. Like I need them coming together and not, falling apart right now.
Don't you think 8 a year, no conditions for 3 years, maybe 4, right? That would be a pretty fair deal, I think.
I think so.
8 a year, 4 years.
I think so. And, the reports say that, and Sean said it again yesterday, that he's looking for $10 million a year.
Well, sir, you can't blame him.
You can't blame him. Dude, I'm looking for $10 million myself a year. That they're not offering that, and so
Mr. Mercedes,
I know you,
Mercedes,
right? I tell you, when that Mercedes deal ends, I'm gonna be sad, man. I'm gonna be so sad. I'm gonna have to buy a car. But no, when
it's the Mercedes man and the Kirkland
and the Kirkland, hey, no, you got your grill, big fella.
That's
you
right.
got your grill. Come on now, Napoleon Grill. But no, if you're Mike Brown, you try to get as much as you can.
Yeah,
I mean it's just part of negotiations. You may want $10 million. But if they're not offering that, what are you going to do?
Nick Nurse is around 8, 9. I think Udoka's in there. He doesn't have nearly as much experience as Mike Brown, but he's already accomplished a lot. So to me, if Mike Brown's somewhere in there, that just seems fair to me.
I think so. I think, and we also have to look. Sure, Nick Nurse is a championship level coach, and he's but he signed his deal last year. The prices have gone up. I mean, it's like Brandon Ayuk and wide receiver.
Yeah, you're
the
right.
receiver price tag has gone up. There's talk Tyreek Hill wants to renegotiate his contract after seeing everybody get paid. The market is different right now. And so when you look at Mike Brown, and maybe we should do this exercise at some point over these next few days. Where does he rank among coaches?
That's so hard to say, not to dodge your question, because what are we really ranking?
What are we ranking?
On,
right? What are we ranking? Like, that's a great question. Is he an Eric Spoelstra? Most people view Spoelstra as the best coach in the NBA. Maybe Mike's not there.
You can't overlook what he did for this
franchise. Right, that's what I'm saying. Mark Daigneault, Chris Finch, like Mike Brown's, to me, right there with all those guys. To turn the Sacramento Kings from what they were 2 years ago to what they've been the last 2 years, this dude is like Jesus turning water into wine or whatever they're saying. Like, he worked miracles out here in Sacramento. And like I said yesterday, one thing that Mike Brown did for this Kings organization, and nobody can really dispute this. I hope the organization isn't disputing this. He raised the value of the franchise. I don't know what the numbers are, but season tickets are hard to get now. Ticket prices have gone up, and we can't say it was all Monty because the team was struggling when Monty and before Mike Brown got here. Once Mike Brown got here, things changed around. So, in my opinion, he should be rewarded for that.
It's funny is you look at all the things Mike Brown has accomplished since he's been here.
Yes.
And obviously getting the Kings back in the playoffs was the biggest thing, and being a 3 seed, that was tremendous. But of all the things he's done, things he gets credit for, to me, one of the most impressive was the way he turned the defense around this year. Seriously.
Yes.
And yet he's not getting any credit for that.
Zero credit for that, right?
Everyone's like, well, yeah, but what happened to the offense and the team was worse.
You know what? Not even that, Whitey. I'm going to take it a step farther for you because you're 100% right. He's getting zero credit for turning the defense around. Even more so, he turned the defense around when everybody and their mother said, you should focus on offense. The defense is what it is. He was the only person that stuck to his guns and believed that, nope, we need to turn around the defense, and it actually worked. So you got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, I do, but I think there are some who perhaps are not ready to give him credit for that. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. We'll get to the phones, and we'll get to Luka, too. Anything to put off talking about Luka, I'm all in favor of. But we got to do it coming up. Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and the Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, the Stingers Up podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to amp up your summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We've got a lineup that's awesome. First up, mark your calendar for June 8th when NF takes the stage at the Golden One Center. Visit livenation.com for tickets and get ready for a killer high-energy show. Don't miss music legends Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with the Imposters on June 12th, and NSYNC and Backstreet artists Joey Fatone and AJ McLean on June 22nd. Two great shows coming in June to Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then looking ahead to August 4th, get ready for the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp. Presented by Live Nation. The Sactown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate playbook for the best shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Maida Chevy saves you $12,000 off MSRP on every new half-ton Silverado LT 5.3 liter in stock after rebates. Always 5 to choose from.
Exclusive, all in-stock pricing at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
See dealer for details. N6324. Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2024 is on. Head over to MissTwinPeaks2024.com to learn about the contest and cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. I'm out enjoying this gorgeous North California weather, and I know you are too. And all you need on a day like this is a road trip to clear the mind. Why not a road trip in a newer pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles at their gorgeous new store. It's just a half hour from Sac, right at the 8 Mile Road exit. And trust me, it's the best car shopping experience of my life. Go see my fine friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton or go online anytime at mpofstockton.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Farmerly. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Hit your boots. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Really appreciate kind words from Bill and also from Mike. Jay says they checked in and wanted to share how much they learned. Appreciated the interview we had with Bob Kendrick yesterday, and I just want to say thank you to Jay for lining that up.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Jay hooked that up.
Perfect time for that after the announcement came out a couple days ago on the Negro League stats being recognized by MLB.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you, Jay, and thank you, Bill and Mike. And thank you, as you said earlier, Carmichael Dave. Played it earlier today.
Yeah, he replayed our interview. That was very nice of him. Awesome of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How about this year? We're talking about, of course, Mike Brown. On the text line, some people seem to think this may come down to some kind of choice. Robin Rancho again thinks that maybe it's a choice between Brown or Monk. I'm taking Monk. I understand where you're coming from, and that's an interesting concept, but that has nothing to do with this.
Nah,
this is in no way a choice between Monk or Brown.
Yeah, and I don't get where people are putting these kind of conspiracy theories out. We've seen Mike Brown and Malik Monk, talk about, their love for each other and how much, sure, they bumped heads sometimes, but if you're Malik Monk, your best years of NBA basketball came under Mike Brown. And so I don't think it's an either or situation at all.
Yeah, and just the financials of it.
It doesn't make sense.
Work out that way from the team's perspective.
Right, exactly. It doesn't make sense. I mean, the money is the money, right? Like if Malik Monk, let's say Mike Brown is gone, does that mean Malik Monk all of a sudden was willing to accept a 4-year 78 instead of a 4-100? I find that hard to believe.
Right. And then, of course, the really unfortunate thing about Malik leaving, there's many unfortunate things, but you lose that salary slot.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You lose that
You're not
salary.
allowed to give it to someone
Can't just give it to somebody else. And so, somebody on the text line right here, 801, if coach's pay doesn't count against the cap, what's the holdup? If he's the right coach, pay the man. And that's the thing. It's, especially when you're talking about, a billionaire owner. And here's the thing, Vivek is able to grow his empire and his money because he's a smart businessman. You got to give him credit for that. But Mike Brown, like I said earlier, has increased the value of your franchise so much. Why would you let this guy walk?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I ultimately think this deal will get done.
It is an interesting point, though. I have a friend who, used to talk about, if I was rich, I'd spend all my money. And it's like, no, that's how people get to be rich. They don't spend their money.
Right. Exactly. Rich people just aren't out there, spending willy-nilly, Big Willie style, because rich people then become broke people if they do that, right?
Yes.
So, no, you're right.
I would guess that if this is all the way it looks like it is on the surface, Vivek is, maybe not all the way sold after last year, then Mike Brown is the guy to the point that he wants to give him that much money. Or at least maybe if he's negotiating, he's using that as just kind of a reason not to break the bank for this guy. It's just business and negotiating.
Yeah, it's business. Hopefully, right? We hope that. And I hope it doesn't, come down to really they aren't sure if this guy is the right guy for us.
If that's how they feel, then maybe they should just cut bait now.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Don't go through this dog and
Yeah.
pony show and all this. If you don't feel he's the guy, then what are we doing here? Whether it's 7 million or 9 million, if he's the guy, he's the guy. If he's not the guy, he's not the guy. It doesn't matter how much you're paying.
Yeah.
So,
Now, when we got your text last night, Jay and I got your
my basketball
message.
win?
Yeah, about all we do is win.
Yes.
First, I thought you were talking about the Mavs because I know you've been high on the Mavs, and I realized no. But that was an impressive win. And here's the thing about Luka on top of everything else. He's really been cold-blooded in these playoffs.
Yes.
And he actually, as good as he was, as a rookie, he's actually gotten better.
Yeah.
That's the thing that impresses me the most about him. He's only 24. And this year was his best year. He's playing hobbled now, but he has clearly through the years improved to the point now where he's clearly the leader of the team and a guy who plays with skill, but also an edge that I didn't know he had.
Yeah, and the thing that's upsetting, and I'm sure we'll talk about this because it hurts us Kings fans, but I saw a graphic, and I'm looking for it now, about Luka's accomplishments in his first, 6 years in the league. 5-time first team All-NBA. Not 5-time All-NBA, Whitey. 5-time first team All-NBA. That means to me, Luka has been one of the best 5 players in the league for the past 5 years. And 2 years ago, a year ago, we were like, I wouldn't want Luka. Then I'm looking at the stats and the company he keeps. Let's keep it real, ladies and gentlemen. Luka's career is off to a better start than LeBron James, than Michael Jordan. What Luka Doncic is doing? Come on, man. This dude has already had a Hall of Fame career, and he's still just getting started.
I still think we're getting carried away, as we always do. Not you, but national media, with he's better than this guy. He's better than that guy. I mean, he may be, let's just say, we talked about it a couple days ago with Cedric Maxwell. Oh, he's better than Larry Bird. I don't know. He might be, but he hasn't had a chance to prove it yet. So let's not waste our breath right now.
Yeah, I need a bigger sample size.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I talked about a couple of weeks ago. I need a decade when we talked about Jokic and is he better than Hakeem? Is he better than, Shaq? And I'm like, those guys dominated for a decade. Larry Bird dominated for 9 to 10 years, a decade before the back gave out. I need to see Luka do more. And let's keep it real. Bird won 3 straight MVPs.
Yeah.
Bird won 3 NBA championships. Luka still hasn't great player, but his career can't match up with Larry Bird's just yet.
Why is it, Drapes, Jay, dear listener, that whenever we talk about a player now in any sport who's really good, we can't just say, man, enjoy this guy's good. We got to say, he's the best ever.
Right. And it's almost like I don't want to say putting down the other person, but it's like in comparison, he's better than Bird. Why can't we just say he's great?
Yeah,
he's a
on
great
the path.
He's on the path.
Yeah, that's saying a lot right there.
You don't have to include Larry Bird or put Larry Bird down. It's just the nature of because let's keep it real, buddy. Everything is a debate nowadays. You know how it is.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Or a list.
Exactly. There you go, right there. That's it right there. I go outside, Jay, and say the sky is blue right now. Somebody will tweet at me, actually, Drapes, it's burnt orange right now. Or you see those clouds, it's like a bluish orange. Or you know what I mean? Instead of just saying, yeah, you know what? You're right. Or, okay, that's your opinion and that's fine. It's like you always got to have some pushback. I do a great job of that on our show. You bring up something, Jay brings up something. Well, actually, fellas, the way I see it. And so that's just the way we are now, I feel like, as a society.
Mm-hmm. What do you think of this? The Minnesota Timberwolves, out now. Out. Dang. Out. And they were not going. Of course, they only won the one game in the series. They were not going on inside the NBA's postgame show. You know why? Did you hear this?
Oh, yeah, I did hear this.
Because Draymond was on there.
I'm glad.
And it was a sign of support for Rudy Gobert and Karl Anthony Towns. I thought that's cool. But you know what would have been better? If one of them would have gone on and said, hey, Draymond, why are you saying that about?
Right, challenge them.
Yeah, or Rudy or Cat. Why are you saying that?
Or if they
at least we're playing,
pulled like an OKC when all of them just showed up with Rudy there too.
Yeah.
What you going to say now, Draymond? You know what I mean? And so,
but I appreciate it.
But let me ask you this then, because you brought this up. If you're TNT And who knows about the NBA package? Next year might be their last year. But if you're TNT, Draymond Green cost you an interview with Anthony Edwards after a game.
Mm-hmm.
How do you view that if you're the higher ups? Is Draymond worth all of that? You know what I mean?
Because he wasn't there last night.
He wasn't on last night, was he? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's like, Draymond, as, polarizing as he is and, his takes and everything, if he's costing them business, money, access, if a team says, you know what, if Draymond's there, I don't want to be there.
Content. Yeah.
The guy got to go.
Yeah. You know what I read? You may have read this too. That really surprised me. There's a lot going on with that show now, as you mentioned. Are they going to be on after next year? We don't know. The commissioner wants them to be on. Luka wants them to be on.
Yeah.
So somebody from, I think the New York Times did an interview with Barkley. And Barkley, I guess Kenny Smith said, no, you're not supposed to talk to the Times. I think it's a female reporter. I'm not sure. And Barkley says, I can talk to whoever I want to. Does an interview.
Yeah.
And then apparently Ernie Johnson berated her
I heard
for
something
talking
about
to
this.
him, Barkley, without going through TNT. And it's like, she's doing her job.
Falling apart.
And why? I mean, for Ernie Johnson to do that, really,
Right, yeah.
if that's true, that really surprised me.
Well, I tell you what, and we face this at times at our station where we have a relationship with certain people. We feel like we can just contact them. Hey, come on our show. And then you have people say, well, you got to go through the proper channels and everything like that. I'm of the belief that if I'm Barkley, if I'm whoever, if I'm Kyle Draper, man, I talk to whoever I want. I ain't got to go through all these hoops or anything like that. The surprising thing, like you said, was Ernie Johnson of all people.
I'll bet you, if anything, he was looking out for Chuck. Like, I'm trying to protect Chuck. Hey, you're not supposed to talk to him. But bottom line is, she did her job, period.
Right, exactly. I mean, and you know how it is with us. Some people say, well, you got to follow the proper channels. No, we're going to ask.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, well, we're still doing our job. We're still, doing what we can to help our situation out. And so I thought that was strange, though, that whole Ernie Johnson situation. Yeah.
And sometimes you have someone on, you approach them directly, and then later after you have them on, their PR will say, hey, you're not supposed to do that, which is like, then it's like, oh, yeah, sorry. I already had them on.
I got to tell you a quick story in Boston. It was with our guy, Marcus Moore Sr. My guy. That's my guy. That is my guy. So I go to Marcus Moore Sr. I think we're on the road somewhere. I say, hey, man, I got to do this podcast. You available to come on Thursday at 10 a.m.? He's like, yeah, that works for me. That's good. Yeah, like, that's fine. So I go to the PR. Hey, just so you guys know, Marcus said, he'd come on my podcast Thursday at 10. About an hour later, I get a call. Actually, Kyle, he's not available. He can't do it. And next time, can you please go through us first? I'm like, that's BS.
Right.
Like, and they're like, oh, he has a dentist appointment or something. And I'm like, so this guy didn't know his schedule? And so that kind of thing bothers the heck out of me, man.
Mm-hmm. Would it bother you if the Warriors drafted Bronny? We'll look at that when we come back. We'll get to the phones as well on this wonderful Friday. Full Phones Friday, right? Let's make it happen. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140, Sactown Sports.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible. At Timber Creek Golf Course in Roseville, just named to the prestigious Golfer's Choice 2024 Top 25 Public Golf Courses in all of California by Golf Pass. Timber Creek offers an unparalleled experience. Our revamped practice facility features a grass driving range, expanded putting greens, and a chipping area complete with sand traps. Whether you're a pro or just starting your golf journey, Timber Creek is the place to be. Visit us and discover why we're the talk of Sacramento and beyond. Unwind and tee off at Timber Creek Golf Course.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Febreze. So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. 120,000 miles of night drives, daily commutes, and who knows how many.
Are we there yet?
Through countless fixes, elbow grease, and a new radiator, you kept your ride alive. With eBay Motors, you have over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at amicis.com and Amici's delivers.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
Lead generation is one of the most important aspects of any marketing campaign. Let us help you identify your target audience and market your products or services to them. Go to aimyourdigital.com today. aimyourdigital.com.
Massive Memorial Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton 5.3 liter in stock after rebates.
$12,000 off every Silverado LT 5.3 liter at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price.
Massive Memorial Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. N6324.
Made a great deal at Maida.
The Warriors draft Bronny. Some people seem to think they might. We'll get to that in a moment here. Drive, guys. Hope you have great weekend plans. I know Drapes might be out at Golfland Sunsplash.
Yeah, come holler at your boy. Just texted the kids, making sure the plan is set. I'll be at Golfland Sunsplash on Sunday. Yeah,
but you're just hanging out. It's not like hey, come see me. I'm doing a thing.
No, I'm just hanging. I'm with the kids and the family and everything. I might be in the swimsuit though, going down the slide or two.
There we go.
Yeah, that's my thing, man. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be out there.
339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Rob has been hanging on. Rob, what's up, Rob? How can we help you?
Hey, how's it going, guys? How you enjoying this sunny day?
Good.
What's up, Rob?
Hey, so I missed out on the conversation yesterday. I know I of course I texted in like first thing saying, hey, what's up with this Mike Brown stuff? So I texted in too because about that Monk situation. I'm not asking more about the finances. I'm curious. Something's holding up, this negotiation process. I mean, if it's money, it's crazy that it's $3 to $6 million that could be holding us up. That deal. If that's all it is, I hope they can get it done. I think they will. I gotta agree with you guys. I think this is just the process, and maybe everyone's overanalyzing.
Mm-hmm.
But it also makes me wonder. It's happening right after the golfing pictures came, right? And everyone's seeing Monk and Vivek, and Mike Brown out there, and you're like, oh, what's going on? Like these, they're trying to mend fences, or trying to, everyone big happy family. The question about Monk and Brown is more, what if Vivek? I mean, Vivek's a strong-headed owner. I'm not trying to give him a hard time, but he's done some things in the past, where he's just got his hands into the GM side of the job a little too much and made decisions.
Oh, we lost Rob. You're back.
There he is.
You're back. Yeah, we lost you for a minute there, Rob. But I think we got I think we got the gist of your question. Thank you for calling. I just don't think the Kings would love to have Malik back, and I think at this point they're probably gonna have Mike Brown back, and they'd like to. Those
are separate, independent of each other.
Yeah,
it just doesn't make sense, right? Like
it's not like those two didn't get along, so they have to pick one or the other.
Yeah, exactly. And no offense to Malik, it ain't like this dude is LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or something like that. If we start letting free agents and dictate who we have as coach, and I'm not coming back here if Mike's here, and we're choosing to fire the coach that actually turned this thing around, it doesn't make sense.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I was thinking of that. A lot of times in the NBA, that's why coaches get fired, is because the best player in the team is like, yeah. And I don't think we've ever had that here. Well, I mean, with DeMarcus, we had that, but that was a total mess.
Did he fire somebody?
I mean, he and George Karl didn't get along.
Oh,
it was just a lot of different things going on. But I don't think, this has anything to do with that. The only way it would be, and I'm not suggesting it is, like if De'Aaron Fox was like, I'm not crazy about this guy.
Right.
Then they'd probably do something, right?
Right. They'd listen to it. De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, shoot, we've seen it in other places. Look at in Milwaukee with Adrian Griffin,
exactly.
Damon Giannis apparently didn't co-sign on him and agree with him, and he got kaput, Darvin Ham with the Lakers as well. I mean, think about it. 2 seasons ago, Darvin Ham went to the Western Conference Finals. Now he gets fired. Not because he can't coach. I think it's because AD didn't really, and LeBron maybe weren't on board with this coaching style, the way he coached. And so we've seen it happen before. I just don't think, even if that was a reason, I don't think Malik gets that kind of pull, that kind of say-so with the organization.
Yeah, and when that does happen, you don't have these, mock negotiations going on. Teams just go, you're
done.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. 100%.
What do you think of this mock draft, 2024 mock draft ESPN? With the 52nd pick, the Warriors select Bronny James.
Ooh.
Bronny James. It's obviously would be a play to bring his father in. The Warriors last year, was it last year or the year before? Last year? They inquired as to whether LeBron would like to come to Golden State.
That would be disastrous. That would be, if LeBron went to Golden State,
I'm not saying, I'm just saying Draymond Green in April on the Draymond Green show talking about Bronny. Yes, I think Bronny will be a successful player in the NBA. At worst, Bronny is an NBA-level defender that can knock a shot down. A 3-and-D guy. We got those all over the NBA. He can pressure the ball. At worst, be a backup point guard that can pick up full court, that can put pressure on another team's lead guard and come in and change the tempo on the defensive end. That's at worst.
At worst.
That's a first-round pick. That's not the 52nd pick.
Dude, and we know Draymond, kisses up to LeBron. Those two are tight, represented by the same agent and everything like that. But, the Warriors have had some success with those late-round picks, those 50-something picks, Trace Jackson Davis last year. And so if they believe Bronny, oh, man, that would be rough. And then LeBron says, you know what? I made enough money. I'm already a billionaire. I'll take the vet minimum to come hand them the title right now.
That's the one thing that Windhorst said right away at the end of the season when people first started talking about, LeBron, where's he going to go? Yeah. Windhorst said, there's no way LeBron is going to go somewhere and play basically for free next year. He's got big plans beyond basketball, and a lot of that involves a lot of money, and he's not going to just turn up his nose.
Yeah, and
at 40 or 50 million.
And I said it before too, a couple of weeks ago. He still has another kid in school. He still has Bryce, playing. It's not, is he really picking up and leaving and going to Phoenix or going to San Francisco when his other son Bryce is still hooping out there in high school? And so it doesn't make sense. And, LeBron created all this. by saying he liked to play with his son and everything like that. And then everybody ran wild with, well, if you get bronny, LeBron might come. You know, if you build it, he will come kind of thing. I don't think it's going to happen, Whitey, unless it's in L.A., unless the Lakers take him.
Are you ready for a potential sliding doors moment? We're going to talk to Tin. I don't know what Tim wants.
Oh, shoot.
We could end up talking about, bowling. I have no idea.
This is like a grab bag. You never know what you're going to get. Yeah. You spin the wheel and see what it stops on. Let's see what Tin got for us.
Hey, Tin, thanks for hanging. What's up?
Not much. It would be cool. It'd be for sure like a strike in bowling if, bronny gets chosen locally, Golden State, Phoenix, don't go too far. Stay in Cali. I think LeBron really likes it here.
Yeah.
And to Kyle's point too, he still does have Bryce.
Yes. Thank you, Tin. That's Tin.
All
right. He stayed on topic.
On topic a little bit. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure where he was going there at first, but he was all right.
Never know. We wait. Like, is that it?
Loyal listener, though.
Okay. Yes, absolutely.
Tin's our guy. Loyal listener. No doubt about it.
Peach of a fella.
He came out, too, that time, right?
Yes, he did.
Remember?
He did.
So he's our guy.
Yeah. So he has that laminated pass. He calls, what's up,
Yep.
Tin? What can we do for you? We'll come right back with a look at whether the Kings are playing a game of hardball that they can't win. And we'll get back to the phones as well. Hope you're having a great Friday. Thanks for being with us. Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Bonneville International Radio Station contests are open to participants at least 18 years of age and older that are residents of California and who reside in one of the 6 counties that make up the Sacramento metro area, unless otherwise specified. Employees or agents of the station, Bonneville International Corporation, other area radio stations, or any entity associated with the contest are not eligible to win, unless the station otherwise specifies in its own discretion. Persons who have won in the last 30 days from a station contest or event may not be eligible. For a copy of the general contest rules, visit khtk.com.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave inviting you to make the switch to electric this spring and save big with American Energy. Stay ahead of the spiking energy bills this summer with up to $9,000 in rebates on a new ultra-high efficiency comfort system. American Energy is providing huge rebates from SMUD as well as spring specials by installing one of many incredibly efficient AC options available to you right now. Get rid of those fluctuating gas bills in the winter and switch to year-round all-electric with American Energy. Let them perform a free in-home energy efficiency analysis and see where they can help you save for the warmer months ahead. These guys are the best. Been serving the greater Sacramento area since 1981. A+ from the Better Business Bureau. Learn more by calling 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990.
Call 916-520-9998 now.
KHTKAM HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports.
Local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
One of the best things about last year for the Kings is that it allowed Kings fans to put the Luka chapter behind them. Yeah, they probably should have drafted Luka, but it didn't matter last year. When 2 years ago, light the beam year, the 3 seed. So what did it matter? They were fine. They had gotten out from under that cloud. It didn't matter anymore. Now I don't think you can. I don't know that you can feel that way with Luka in the finals, vying for the face of the NBA title, if you will, while the Kings are struggling again.
Yeah, it's it hurts watching.
Those clouds came back.
Yeah, those clouds came back. You thought you were done with that nightmare, that whole narrative, and it's just a reminder, man. And I'm going to keep it real with you, Whitey. It's not going away anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning 15 years from now, when Luka's inducted into the Hall of Fame, we're still going to be like, dang, he should have been going in as a Sacramento King,
Unless sometime during that period, if the Kings win a title, I think it'd be like, well, you know what? They did okay. It's kind of like with the 49ers, the Trey Lance thing. What a
right
botch job, right?
Yeah.
But Brock Purdy, if they win a Super Bowl, it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter.
But and that's what it was for the Kings last year, right?
Right.
We got our 48 wins, third seed. We're good. It didn't work out, but we botched that. Well, you know what? But we're in a better place right now.
Mm-hmm.
But if we don't, and he wins 3, 4, 5 championships, is this, is this Michael Jordan and Brad Daugherty, not Brad Daugherty, Michael Jordan and Sam Bowie all over again?
Poor Linda Harold.
I know.
Would you think of Linda?
Dude,
Last
I'm riding high
days,
right now.
Do you guys have anything positive for me? And she's tuning in like, Luka's going to win 5 titles.
You know what? I tell you what. I respect Linda, loyal listener of the show. Linda, I don't know.
Big fan of yours.
Yeah, that's my girl. I don't know if you're watching on the YouTube, Sactown Sports 1140, or driving in your car listening, but I'm going to talk directly to you, Linda. It's not our job to come up with positives for the Kings. It's up on the team and the organization and the players. Give us something to talk positive about. We'll do it. Everything that's coming out recently has been negative. The Malik Monk situation, Mike Brown. We've talked about the draft. Monty got to go out. Go trade for my boy Zach LaVine. And trust me, I will throw a party here at Sactown Sports 1140. But it's not us to, paint sunshine and rainbows and things like that when there isn't anything right now to think about.
We got you, Linda. We're working on it. Hal's just, he's a little bothered by some of the stuff going on now. But we got you.
Yeah, I'm hurt right now.
Let's talk to Scott. Hello, Scott. What's up, sports?
Hey, guys. Love the show.
Thank you.
What's up, Scotty?
So, all right, I'll stay negative if you want to.
No, I'm just we keep it real here, though, Scott. That's all I'm saying. And we don't sugarcoat it. It is what it is.
Well, I will as well. And how can anybody watch these playoffs? I've watched all the games, all the teams, and think that the Kings are, frankly, anywhere close to competing with those. I mean, isn't it really obvious that we have more than a few deficiencies? We have some great things going on, and I'm not trying to take away from that at all. I love it. I love what the Kings have done. Clearly, everyone should.
Yep.
But when you watch these games, aren't we getting blown out in every one of these?
Well, Scott,
hold up, Scott.
Here's the thing, Scott. And I know what you're saying, Scott. But just look at Dallas a year ago. What did Dallas do a year ago? How'd they do?
That's fine. I'm talking about now. But
I know, but my point is, if Dallas can go from, and they did tank at the end of the year, if Dallas can go to missing the play-in to the finals, all I'm saying is, while I think you're right, it can be, you can improve, you can be much better. That gap right now looks enormous, but you can close it substantially between now and the start of the season. You can.
And I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm hopeful. I am. I'm just, trying to point out that, since you wanted negative, I brought it.
No, I don't want negative. Don't even do that. Don't come on, man. I don't want negative.
I actually listen to you guys because you're so fun, really, and you're not constantly negative and putting me to sleep. But
thank you, Scott.
Yeah, if I can say one quick thing, we drill down a little more on the Bronny thing. Why not us? Why don't we draft Bronny for the sole purpose of bringing in LeBron? Wouldn't LeBron be a great addition for us?
Ooh.
Why not us?
Why not us? Whitey, come on, you can answer it.
Because he's not coming here, and Bronny will say, no.
You're being negative right now, Whitey.
No, I'm not. I'm keeping it real. That's the answer. Why not draft him? If it were that easy,
right?
Bronny would be picked very early in this draft.
I remember a few weeks ago, and it might not have been us that actually said it, but there was a segment that didn't even want LeBron. Remember? Or KD or somebody like that. Are we at a point now where we'd be okay with taking Bronny in hopes of getting LeBron? Are we desperate like that right now?
I think you're right near the point where, okay, that's obviously a big-time short-term investment, but long-term, you're biting off a lot that you're not going to be able to chew down the road a couple years. And I know it's LeBron. I get it.
But here's the thing, Whitey. Yeah, and you're, I totally agree with you. I feel like right now we can't wait. Like, we need to do something in the short. We need short-term success. I'm not saying LeBron's the guy. I'm just saying the theory of, slow playing it, waiting. Like, if LeBron comes here and we're in the NBA Finals next year, I don't care what happens 5 years from now. Sam, like, this team, this friend. We need.
I agree. Obviously, yeah.
Our girl Linda Harrod. We need some positive energy right now. We need not only movement this offseason, great news with Mike Brown, Malik Monk. We actually also need to have a really good regular season and playoffs as well. We can win the offseason, Whitey, and if we don't make the playoffs and only make the play-in again, it won't matter. And so I'm saying right now, this team needs to have some success during the regular season.
Both things can be true. The Kings need to be all in on next year. Yes, Kings need to get LeBron. No, they don't need to draft Bronny because that's not going to work. Both things can be true, right? So I agree with you, but drafting Bronny ain't the way to get there. You just be wasting a draft pick.
You ain't going to get nobody anyway. And we're not talking 13. I'm not talking with the 13th pick. I'm talking with their second round pick. That's a flyer I'd take. That's a flyer I would
do that just to screw up the Lakers' plans.
You could do that. But second round picks rarely turn into valuable members of a franchise. I mean, let's just call it what it is. And I think for me personally, and we've talked about, I think Bronny does have some upside. Like, I don't think you're just drafting him just in hopes of getting LeBron. I think you bring Bronny here, I think he could be a key member, not this year, but in the future for this team.
Do you want that? Do you want Clutch Sports leaning on you? Trade him. You got to trade him. You got to trade him. I don't know. If it was as simple as draft him and you've got a good player, maybe his dad comes, great. If not, you got a guy that might be a good player. All right, that makes sense. But it's not that simple. That's all.
So you don't want it sounds like to me, you're sort of comparing this, and let me know if I'm putting words in your mouth.
You probably are, but go ahead.
But the whole Lonzo Ball, LeVar Ball, it's more than just it's the circus that comes with it that you don't necessarily want to have to deal with.
Maybe so. The whole ball thing, pardon me, to me that was a circus. But that guy LeVar, I know he's a big mouth, irritated everyone. He raised 2 kids or 3 kids.
Yeah.
So it's like, I could have dealt with that. It's like, shut up. But okay,
you can deal with that. Okay.
But this is different. You got, a powerful agent exerting pressure on your organization and telling you what you need to do.
Let me ask you this.
That's different.
Let me ask you this. Who's De'Aaron Fox with?
I believe he's with that agency.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
So you're already in bed with the agency, right?
So Bronny's going to go, okay.
I'm just saying,
What are you saying?
I'm saying we need, and maybe you're right, LeBron's not the answer. I'm not saying LeBron is the answer. I'm saying whatever the answer is, whatever the solution is, it can't just be, we won the offseason. we need results for the full 82 into the postseason as well. Like it,
and I agree with Scott.
Yeah.
Like right now, that gap is really big.
Yeah.
Let's
Somebody
talk
said we
about-
already have Bronny. His name is Davion Mitchell. Remember,
That's
poor
right
man's
there.
Davion.
Yeah.
you're
And
right.
Bronny said, I patterned my game after a number of guys,
Yeah.
including Davion Mitchell.
There you go.
TC is with us on this Friday
okay.
edition of Check It with TC. What's up, TC?
Mic check.
Great, White. Step back, man. How you guys doing?
Dog, where you driving through, man? A tunnel somewhere? You at in a submarine right now? Where you at?
Time out. You got me better now?
Yeah, I got you.
Well done.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I got to take you off. Hey, so first and foremost, before we get started, let's go with LeBron and his son. So if we drafting Bronny, bro, we drafting Bronny because we want Bronny. You know, he got a crazy wingspan. He can be a defensive guy in his traits. I don't want to be drafting him to be like, oh, let's get him to get LeBron in. To be honest with you, I would like LeBron on the Kings. I'm like in the middle because then I don't want all the extra antics that comes with LeBron. Like him coming over, doing all the antics, trying to throw Mike under the bus or whoever's going to be the coach. Like, I don't want to deal with all that, LeBron. Then we got to deal with all of, like, being sacked. Like, I don't want to do all that, bro. So if it was me, that's a hard pass on that. But if we take Bronny, take him, bro, as a player. That's where I'm at with it. As far as Mike Brown's contract, get it done, bro. This is leaked out. It's a negotiation thing. It's going to get done, y'all. Trust me. It's just everybody trying to get their money. I told you, if it's 10, give them 10. Whitey, I got a question for you, though.
Yeah.
Did I hear you correctly? Did you say that was a hard no on – what was the question that you asked him, Drake? And he said, no, he was out on before you guys went to break. It was a player.
Who was that?
Remember.
I don't.
I'm
Today,
sorry.
I was today. TC. Dang.
Yeah, it was today. I'm spacing out, bro. But it was, hey, look, it was a player that Whitey said it was a hard no on, and I was like, what? Why did you really out on that dude? Oh no, I take it back. Hold on, Mike check. Hold on, Jay. It was Malik Monk or Mike Brown. Whitey, you said you would take Malik Monk over Mike Brown?
No, I'm saying no. I just don't think it's either or at all. That's all I'm saying. That's not an option. You don't have that choice. If I had to pick one, I would take Malik, but that's not the deal.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you.
If I had to take one, I'd take Malik.
Man, I'm taking Mike Brown, bro. Police, hey, Malik, I love you, bro. I know you GM boy and all that. We need a head coach in here to keep this rocking. You let Mike go and keep Monk. What you got after that? Maybe we got Doug Chris. Man, Whitey, stop there. And I love Malik, bro. But cut it out. I'm taking Mike over Malik, bro, for sure.
I don't even remember saying that, but okay. Thank you, TC.
TC, you on one today, man.
Thank
All
you.
right, baby,
Thank
you
you.
on one
All
today, TC. Dang. Oh my gosh, that's good stuff. He's a little off his game there. He wasn't as sharp as he usually is.
It's all right. It's Friday. It's been a long week.
Okay, all right, but no, he brings the heat, though. He brings the heat. He was going to come at you.
I know, but there's like, when was that? What did you say?
It was a little earlier in the show.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, just kind of do both of them coexist together versus do they match each other when it comes off season? And you basically said, no, they don't even have anything to do with it.
That's all I was saying.
And Drake's talked about, the payroll doesn't have anything to do with the coaching. But you did say, like, if it came down to a decision, I'd take the player. Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Dang.
But it's not. It doesn't.
It's
come
not-
to
it
that.
doesn't
They
have
wanna
to-
know.
right, it has nothing to do with it.
Right.
That's
That's clickbait.
hypothetical.
Yeah, it's clickbait stuff
Yeah.
that you guys were talking about earlier.
Yeah, we'll get back to the game of hardball the Kings are playing. Can they win it? Also, do we need to add a name to Kyle's D list of players the Kings
I like this. Okay.
should be thinking about trading for?
All right.
We may have to next year on Sactown Sports.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Vapes and cigarettes are responsible for the excessive amount of secondhand smoke in California.
From our sidewalks to our parks, restaurants, offices, and work sites, over half of Californians are at risk of being exposed to thousands of toxic chemicals.
Go to secondhanddangers.org for an action plan to protect yourself and your family from toxic harm that could last a lifetime.
Because even outdoors, there's no such thing as safe secondhand smoke.
Sponsored by Breathe California, Sacramento region.
You think I could do it? You think I can?
Young Woman and the Sea, rated PG.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
On the text line, that's the same as the phone number, 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Full phones Friday. That's our goal today.
Yes.
We have this from the 707, the seat of all knowledge and wisdom. We need to take a shot on Jimmy Buckets. He'd be happy here. He's a known outdoorsman, and we have some of the best hunting and fishing in the U.S.
Okay.
How
All
could
right.
you not take advantage of that?
Dude, that's a selling point, right? You know, come out with Lake Tahoe's hour and a half away. Why
Clear
not?
Lake.
Clear Lake. I mean, why not? Like, that's Monty's pitch,
Freeport,
right?
Ione, all the Ileton, everything.
Yeah.
Oh my
They used
God.
to out at the old Arco, they used to go like bow hunting for
Mhm.
pheasants.
Yep.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't
like
know that.
after practice.
I didn't know that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Reggie
could do that,
Theus used to
right?
be out there with a
Times have changed, though, my friend. Times have changed. If that's our selling point, that you could come and go here and
Get you
hunt,
some crappie.
right? Get you some crappie. Jay,
the Kings have had plenty of that. As it is over the
oh,
years.
come on, man. Come on. Some crappie. That's our selling point,
They
though. That's our
biting, baby.
pitch, big fella.
Like Minden out the way. I mean, we got a few spots around
Don't
here.
come
now.
here to win a ring. Don't come here to build something, to be a part of something special. No, come here because you can catch some crappie.
We'll set Jimmy up with Sepp Hendrickson doing that hunting and fishing show.
Right, hunting and fishing.
Hall of Famer.
show.
You better respect that Hall of
I
Famer.
do.
That's hilarious.
I do. Did you hear that Anthony Slater was reporting he thinks the Warriors would have interest in Jimmy Butler?
Warriors are desperate right now. They're gonna have interest in everybody. They're trying to hang on to something that's slowly slipping through their hands, and so go for it. You know,
He's going to be, I think you pointed out, 35. He's 34 right now.
Yeah.
But he's going to be 35.
yeah. I don't think he puts them over the top and makes them a championship contender. You know, first of all, you got to look at how aging they are, injury situation,
Right.
and everything.
And that'd have to be, well, I think it would have to be a sign and trade. I don't know how much cap space they have. If it's a sign and trade, my point being they got to give up something, probably Wiggins, you know. And
Oh yeah, they definitely have to move Wiggins and that money. I think so. Nah, it ain't happening. It ain't happening. The Warriors are interested in everybody. Heard them interested in Ingram as well before too. I mean, and everybody's interested in Ingram. So I'm not worried about Golden State.
Let me ask you a theoretical before we get back to your list yesterday. And I know this probably doesn't work financially, but if you could, if there was a way you could do it, and you're the Kings, would you have any interest in Clay? I think I would, but
I
it
might.
doesn't. There's just like it doesn't pencil out.
To me, I'd have interest in Clay if Malik wasn't coming back.
Oh yeah,
Because I
Oh,
still view
yeah.
Malik as our sixth man.
Mm-hmm.
Clay could move into that six-man role. To me, Clay is a bench player on a very good team. I don't think he could be a starter or a main guy, but he still occasionally has those nights where he can get you 25, 30 points, and the threat of Klay Thompson is still real.
He's going to be a good shooter when he's 90 years
Right,
old.
exactly. That's something that he's not going to lose. And so I'd be interested in Clay, no doubt.
Just curious.
Yeah, but only if Malik leaves, not
Yeah.
not as our seventh man or eighth man.
Mhm.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I know it doesn't appear to pencil out, but I was just curious.
Yeah.
Now I think you sent us this. Was it Captain Jack and KG talking about what Minnesota needs to do now?
Minnesota would do.
And they would trade either Gobert or Karl Anthony Towns.
Yes.
Yesterday you shared it with us, and it was brilliant, and it was a sensation.
Thank
You're
you.
the debut of the D list, Drape's top 5 Kings trade targets. Is
Yep.
that- yeah. And you didn't have Cat on there. We've talked about him a lot. Would he be on your list if we had reason to believe he's going to be available?
100%.
How about you, Jay? Karl Anthony Towns.
That'd be a negative. He showed his true colors.
What?
He showed his true colors throughout
Jay,
the playoffs.
Come on, see.
Remember a couple weeks ago, Drapes was riding high. Look at him. He did what he did. Oh, man.
That whole squad had a bad series.
Piece of paper. Origami.
That whole squad had a bad series, Jay.
I'm blaming it on
Anthony
Cat.
Edwards. He blaming it on
Cat's
Cat.
the vet.
Come on, man.
Mike Conley, Cat, Rudy Gobert.
You Anthony Edwards?
No, he's a youngster. He got to learn. He's learning.
He turtled a little
He's
bit.
learning.
Man, give me Karl Anthony Towns in a heartbeat. I would open up the vault.
Fold it up like a church chair.
Anthony Towns.
One of them, and I don't remember if it was Cap Jack or KG, was saying, you don't need Karl Anthony Towns because you got Naz Reid. Naz Reid was 2 for 10.
Right. Naz Reid, so-called sixth man of the year. Now, he folded up like a cheap suit as well. But I would take Karl Anthony Towns in a heartbeat.
9 for 20, 28 points.
Right. 28 points. He
12
played well.
boards.
What's Jay talking about? Folded up.
I blew out by almost 30.
He did struggle.
Are you watching the box score? Is Drapes watching the box score?
I am box score watching a little bit right now. I am. But his last 2 games, Jay, 18 of 33 from the field, 26.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds per game. Dude, that's solid, man. Give me Karl Anthony Towns in a heartbeat.
$50-60 million coming up.
Pocket watching.
You want the
ain't coming out of your pockets.
That's true. That's true.
You ain't pocket watching over there. Karl Anthony Towns is exactly the kind of player we need next to DeMontis Sabonis.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably the most appealing thing about him. In addition to he's so talented, but you could play him with Domas in theory, right? Because he can
self-proclaimed best shooting big man in the history of the league.
Yeah, but you want a dog. You've told us that.
Yeah, but you don't have to get a dog at that position. You can do a smaller trade and get a Marcus Smart or somebody like that. Nobody you get is going to be the magic pill, Whitey. You're going to have to do 2 or 3 moves to really complete the roster the way I'd want it to. Karl Anthony Towns next to Domas, you may have to give up Keegan. That'd be tough. But Karl Anthony Towns is a multiple-time All-Star, 28 years old. That dude is legit, man. Dude, sorry. If you wouldn't want Karl Anthony Towns, you don't know basketball. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, this dude. And let's keep it real, Jay. Did they just get to the Western Conference Finals?
Yep. Wasn't because of him.
Oh,
he was hurt half the season.
Oh, my God.
Dude. Invisible man.
Isn't it incredible? You look at the Kings and they
Kevin
didn't make
Bacon.
the playoffs and they got all these questions, right?
Yeah.
Minnesota gets to the conference finals. And guess what? They got a lot of questions they got to answer this offseason, too.
Who, Minnesota?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The guy, and that clip I sent you, the guy that it was either KG or Steven Jackson said is, you got to trade Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
That's the guy you got to move off on. And I don't have any interest in Rudy Gobert for our team. But Karl Anthony Towns, sign me up.
Mm-hmm. Why? Because Rudy and Domas?
It doesn't. Yeah. And I think, Rudy, I don't want to say he got exposed, but his offensive limitations sort of offsets what he does defensively for me in today's NBA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough for him because he goes in drop coverage. The Warriors did it. I think the Clippers did it a few years ago. Dallas did it to a degree in this series. He's going to sit back there and it's just bombs away.
Just bombs away, right?
Yeah, it kind of neutralizes the defensive player of the year.
Yeah. You're right about that. And I'm looking at, the YouTube chat right now, and everybody's on Drape's side. I don't dislike Cat, but Cat did what he always does, folded under pressure, Conley played. But then he goes on to say, Cat didn't look terrible, though. Then Cat would work very well with Sabonis. How about that?
How about never give up Keegan for Cat? All right, so we're not sure which one this is, if it's KG or Steven Jackson.
I'm not sure which one this is. Jay
breaking
got it?
Breaking down some of the Timberwolves options.
You got the curse words out, Jay? All right, okay.
I'm professional here. I don't fold like that.
Listen, let's hear this. Let's check it
Do
out.
you consider trading Rudy after this year?
No.
Huh? You keep it like this.
Shit, with the way Naz Reid playing, you trade Cat.
You trade Cat
and get another big piece. Hell yeah.
You trade Cat before you trade Rudy?
Yes, the way Naz Reid playing.
Nah.
Yes, bro.
Nah. I'm trading Rudy before I'm trading Cat.
No, I'm trading Cat.
Trading Cat?
You can get something for Cat. You ain't finna get another full-time
Yeah,
defense.
you don't know what you can get. I may only need a bag of chips. I may not need too much. You know what I'm saying?
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah. They're going to be, if they do that, if they trade anybody, it'll be because they're trying to cut payroll. So you have to take that into account. So they'd be looking for a really good player who isn't making a lot of money, which takes us back to your guy Keegan that you are so anxious to trade all of a sudden.
No, dude, please don't ever say that, especially because I'm on the Kings payroll. I would never suggest we need to trade Keegan. I will say this though. When you're in Minnesota, and you guys tell me this, do you need to shake it up after flaming out so badly in the Western Conference Finals? Or can they be patient and just run it back and they'll be A-okay? Were they exposed at all or anything like that?
Well, I don't know. Barkley, and he was probably just upset because he picked him to win last night and he came up short. He said they quit last night. I mean, if they quit, if he's right, then you got to take a hard look at it. But to me, that team, they rely so much on Ant, and he's still young, so that's going to be one of the reasons you're inconsistent. You just ran into a Dallas team with two of the best players in the world playing at a high level.
Yeah, and Dallas is hot.
Yeah,
they're hot right now.
I don't think you need to shake it up. But again, not to be redundant, but if A-Rod comes in there and I forget the other guy's name, and they're like, this is too much money, they're going to, then it's like, we got to try to hold it together as best we can, but we're going to cut salary.
Yeah, but you got to imagine Cat, we get more of a return than Rudy Gobert. I would think, and I think if Cat became available, there'd be a number of suitors. There'd be a laundry list of suitors.
And that's why the Kings, you made this point yesterday, they might be limited when it comes to big game hunting to the distressed assets.
Yeah.
Because if it's somebody that everybody wants, it's going to be hard for them to put together a competitive offer.
Think about this. If I'm the Pelicans and I see Karl Anthony Towns available, well, shoot, I'm looking to move off Brandon Ingram. Why don't I offer Brandon Ingram and for Karl Anthony Towns? Who says no to that? Mm-hmm. If I'm Minnesota and I could get Brandon Ingram for Towns, I think he fits in a lot better with Rudy Gobert and you still have Naz Reid. That's the move. And so to your point, I think, the big game hunting is good for sports talk radio and good for, basement GMs who use the ESPN trade machine. But we need to be more realistic.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. When we come back, we'll look at Luka and the GOAT, or even the Gorn debate, and Mike Brown, the offer the Kings appear to have extended, competitive or insulting, with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
Giants are grown at Sutter Health Park. The Sacramento Rivercats continue to fast-track talent to San Francisco, and there's more on the way. See them all in Sactown first. The Rivercats are home now through next Sunday. Grab your tickets at rivercats.com.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all gas grills are created equal. Bring out all the delicious flavors in your grilled meals with the amazing Napoleon Prestige and Prestige Pro line of outdoor cookers. My Napoleon Stainless Steel Pro Series gas grills turned me into a grilling pro with features other grills cannot match. They're built different. They're built better. They're built to last. They're made with premium stainless steel that boasts quality and a lifetime warranty. I'm not going to want to cook indoors again. And Napoleon offers a limited time rebate on select grills. Napoleon grills and accessories now available at your nearby Amy's Ace Hardware in Sacramento and now El Dorado.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MediShare. Maybe you've heard switching to MediShare to pay for healthcare can save many families up to $500 a month, and that is huge. But it's also true that people are way more satisfied after making the switch, too. The member satisfaction rate for MediShare is double that of the typical health insurance plan. double. MediShare works too. It's been around for 30 years. Members have shared more than $5 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. So see what you can save. This is a very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. Call 844-43-BIBLE. That's 844-43-BIBLE. 844-43-BIBLE.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
The countdown to Miss Twin Peaks 2024 is on. Head over to MissTwinPeaks2024.com to learn about the contest and cast your 5 votes for your favorite Twin Peaks girl.
Massive Memorial Day savings now at Maida Chevy with $12,000 off MSRP on every new Silverado half-ton 5.3 liter in stock after rebates. $12,000 off every Silverado LT.3 liter at Maida Chevy with at least 5 at this price. Massive Memorial Day savings up to $12,000 off MSRP exclusively at Maida Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Sacramento Silverado headquarters. Together, let's drive.
Now available with special financing, lease, and some other offers. Must trade in 2010 model year or newer. N6324.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Live and local, it's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
It's like a lot of Kings fans enthused about the idea of Karl Anthony Towns maybe coming to Sacramento, which is we're getting way ahead of ourselves. Yeah,
but Kings fans are extremely knowledgeable. They know basketball.
Yes, sir.
So, Karl Anthony Towns would be a huge boost for us.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that. And that's what the Kings are doing, right? They're keeping an eye on all these guys who might be available. And at some point, not there yet, but it could get tough because once you commit to a move for one, then you're closing other doors potentially. So
yeah, and Monty's sitting back. He's hearing all this.
Sure.
All the names we're throwing out, all the Mike Brown stuff, all the phone calls, the texts, the YouTube chats and everything. He's just sitting there laughing. I mean, he hears all this, and I've talked to him about this before in the past. He sees and hears it all.
Yeah.
And, the thing about Monty is he keeps his head down, though. He sticks to his beliefs. He's not swayed or impacted by what we're saying on the air or what people are saying on social media.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying he listens to the show and you talk to him. Can you tell him to get this coach thing settled?
Yeah, let me text him, right? Monty, get this coach thing settled. I'll do that right now.
The proposal that was leaked yesterday, and there's a lot of people with different theories on who leaked it and why, but was that offer, would you say that was competitive, as the leak said, competitive offer, or was it an insulting offer?
I think it's insulting.
If we're taking it at face value.
If we're taking, you know why it's insulting? Because I guarantee they know what would get the number that would get it done. And I guarantee they probably knew 7 wouldn't get it done. So if you know that's not going to get it done, why make the offer?
Mm-hmm.
And then with the $2 million in incentives, I don't know coaches' contracts a whole lot. I haven't seen them or studied them, But this incentive thing sounds kind of new to me. Like, do all coaches have incentive-based contracts? You know, does Ty Lue have an incentive in his contract? Like, I haven't heard that with any other coach. Does Nick Nurse in Philly have an incentive? And so, to me, that's kind of insulting. Incentive.
I am with you 100%. You know, it's one thing if a guy wants this much, and you know what? We'll give you this, and then we'll give you a chance to make more than that. You know, that would be like, okay. But if it's like, this is what you want, well, you can get that, but you're going to have to hit these.
Yeah,
marks.
You got to hit.
The implication is we're not sure you can do what we want you to do.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's why you put in those kind of clauses. Because if you felt he could do that,
yes, sir,
you would just give him the money up in the front.
Yes, sir.
And I said this yesterday, Whitey, too. A clause based on playoff performance, playoff success, making the playoffs, you got to have the backing of the GM. What if the roster doesn't allow you to do that? Like, if you're not good enough roster-wise, you're definitely not going to hit these. So if I'm Mike Brown or any coach, I don't want my incentives to be tied to somebody else and their job, whether they do their job or not. And so that's why I feel like it probably comes across as insulting.
As you may have seen, Sean Cunningham tweeted, according to sources, Sacramento's offer is believed to be comparable to Jason Kidd's extension with the Mavericks. So is it? Well, we don't know because, as we said earlier, details of Jason Kidd's deal with the Mavericks, they haven't been released, which is actually, that's how you're supposed to do this. Right?
Yes. Yes, and that goes back to who leaked this information. Like, who comes out looking the best from leaking this information? I don't know. Probably Mike Brown, but I thought right? Like, you know, even though the word competitive is used, but you know, you throw out $7 million, and I hear that, and I'm like, well, shoot, that's not going to get it done. That's kind of a low ball offer,
right?
You know, and so,
and then as you mentioned, that's Dave's theory is that Mike's camp released it and used the word competitive to make it look like it was coming from ownership, and if we're at that point, my goodness,
right now that's
got some real goals.
That's getting dirty.
Money,
that's getting dirty.
Yeah,
and who's Mike Brown's agent? It's a famous
WGL is the agency.
WGL?
Yeah, I don't know the agent. Hold on.
I forget his name right now.
Wayne Legary?
Yeah, Wayne Legary. I see him at games all the time. I believe he's Katie Christensen's agent also.
Well, okay. The plot thickens.
I believe. I'm not sure. I believe. Don't quote me on that. But this guy's been around for a while. He's always at the games. I always see him. He's tight with the organization. And so it kind of, you know, perplexes me why this is so difficult, because he's around all throughout the season. It's not like this is all some, you know, Mike may want $10 million. We just sprung it on him. I got to figure they've had conversations all throughout the season. So I don't know why it's getting all ugly. Like
I still think, again, because I want to think they're going to get it resolved. It's just too obvious that it needs to be done. And that even with these reports suggesting, you know, there may be some, if not animosity, some, you know, an edge to this. They're relatively close. Are they?
I don't know. Is 7 close to 10?
7 with it. Well, we went over this.
Right.
Yesterday.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Take the total of the contract. Are they really close? They're like 9-10 million apart.
That's not close, right?
That's not close.
That's what I was talking about. That's, you add up the years, the money that he's already going to get. And you know how it is, Jay. Like I mentioned yesterday, when you talk about NFL contracts, it's all about new money, right?
You're right.
It's not just this guy's. It's new money. If Mike Brown's making already $5 million this upcoming season, and you're offering $7 million, that's only $2 million extra. You know, that's not a big bump for him.
What if they did this? And I don't know if they're gonna, but you know, the offer would allow him they're offering 7 with a chance to get to 9, right?
Yes.
Just give him the 27 for 3.
Right.
Right.
I think that
you're
gets
already
it done.
Budgeted for that. If that's an incentive clause, you have to have that in your budget.
Just get it done.
Yes.
Just get it done. Don't operate on the cheap. You know what it's like, and you guys know this. You ever sell anything online? on eBay or the yard sale or something like that.
You just told the story about the bed.
Exactly, the beds. You know what? I got these beds for $100. I give you 50 for them. That's what's Mike Brown. I want 10 million. I give you 7. You know, it's like, no, give me my full 10 and let's get this done. Same thing with the beds. Give me the full 100 and let's go on our merry way. And even
there's a big difference there between those two
110 million.
No. I'm saying that your story is like you're just trying to break even. Mike Brown's asking for 10. That's great, but we may not give you 10.
But I'm saying when you have let's say if you're Mike Brown, if you're offering 10, don't try and lowball me at 7.
Mm-hmm.
Come with, like, if I'm selling my bed for 100 and somebody says, will you take 90? Sure, I'll take 90. But don't try and lowball me and say, I'll give you 50 for it. You know, that's insulting.
Mm-hmm.
You know I'm looking for 10. Don't come in with 7.
One of the
that's
reports,
disappointing.
Yeah, I understand. I'm with you. One of the reports said he was asking for 9 to 11. Again, we don't even know if this stuff is true. If he's looking for 9 to 11 a year and you can go ahead and offer him, we'll give you 27 for 3. I mean, that
gets it
that's
done.
That's reasonable. And
right?
maybe there's still, we want an extra year or, okay, well, we'll add a mutual option at the end like we did this one. Something, but it should be very doable from there. But both sides have to be committed to actually getting it done.
I think what you're seeing, Whitey, is, you know, and I said earlier, it might be about the years. We don't know.
Yeah.
But also, I think the organization might have been caught off guard at the price of coaches now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
10 million for a coach is a lot of money now. I mean, like from 5 years ago where it used to be. And so it's like, man, you know what it's like. And I'm always using analogies. Remember when flat screen TVs, HD TVs came out?
I do.
I think the first one I bought was for $1,500. And I'm like, there's no way I'm paying $1,500 for a flat screen TV for a television.
I bet you will.
For a television. And I broke down and I said, you know what? That's just the price nowadays.
Yes.
Lifetime Gym. I'm a member there right now. Got the hookup early on. But when they first opened in Burlington, Massachusetts, all the neighbors paying $300 a month to go to a gym. I'm like, shoot, that won't be me. But what wound up happening, Whitey? I broke down. Kings, Mike Brown. Cost of a coach, $10 million. Phew, that ain't gonna be me. Then you wake up a week or two later, like, damn, that's just the cost of business right now. And you swallow that and you just move on with it. That's what's happening right here. You like that?
Yeah.
You like that one, right?
So they thought 7 is gonna be great.
Right.
7 is a great offer.
2 years ago, it would have been fantastic. Not nowadays.
And that's the key, as you pointed out. They have to realize, all right, maybe you give them 8 or 9 now. Down the road, that's going to look like a good deal.
A bargain. That's going to look like a good deal. You're right about that.
When we come back, it happened on this date. And I'm sorry, Jay's not going to like this because he doesn't like talking about this. But it must be mentioned, and it will be mentioned next on Sactown Sports.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code code SAC50 at Amici's.com, and Amici's delivers.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Family. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPFest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between, Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
So here's a fact. 85% of the population will suffer from foot pain in their lifetime. That's almost everyone. So you'd think there'd be plenty of healthy long-term remedies, but there just aren't, right? Hi, I'm Dan from the Good Feet store. You know, people come in all the time sharing the same frustrating story. Bought this, tried that, been there, done whatever, all different kinds of things, but all with a similar result. Nothing. A discouraging and endless cycle of disappointment. If this rings a bell, don't despair. There is hope. If you think you've tried everything, you probably haven't tried Good Feet arch supports from the Good Feet store. They're designed to relieve, even eliminate the pain commonly caused by certain foot conditions like plantar fasciitis, bunions, flat feet, and others. Plus, provide better balance and increased comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
What you got?
See what shirt I'm wearing today?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
NBA Finals, baby. Western Conference NBA Finals.
Game 6, Jay, happened on this date.
That was today,
I saw it a little earlier.
Uh-huh.
I knew you were going near just disturbed, so I didn't want to come in there and talk to you during the break.
Negative Whitey again strikes again.
It must be observed. I'll just read from Wikipedia. The matchup between the Lakers and the Kings is regarded as one of the most controversial playoff series in NBA history. At the time, there was widespread criticism of the officiating as favoring the Lakers, especially in Game 6. Several years later, disgraced referee Tim Donaghy accused the Game 6 officiating crew of fixing the game at the behest of the NBA's front office. Kings still should have won Game 7, but we cannot forget.
I cannot forget Game 6.
Game 6, my friend.
How many years ago? 22 years ago?
22 years ago
22
today.
years ago today.
Yeah. I remember I had T-shirts made that said Lakers 0-2 champions with an asterisk. And then the bottom with the asterisk, it said, remember Game 6. And Jeff Petrie's wife saw me wearing one. She said, Jeff would like one of those.
Did you hook them up?
Oh, yeah. I don't know if he wore it.
All right. No,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got robbed. 27 free throws in the fourth quarter.
Look at that. Look at that.
Unbelievable. I guarantee if I was doing post game, I'd look at the box score that day.
Oh,
the box score told the whole story on that game.
Uh-huh.
That's for sure.
LA 106, Sacramento 102. Free throws in the game. Sacramento 18 of 25. Lakers hit 34 of 40 free throws in there.
40 free throws.
Uh-huh. Jay? Nothing to say.
They ain't got a Mike Nussbaum, Jay says, if they would have made their free throws, they would have won.
In Game 7, that's absolutely true.
Okay.
You're 100%
he's talking Game
correct.
7. All right.
Yeah,
There you go.
I agree because they lost in overtime. Game 7, right?
Game
I think
6.
They missed
that's
14
different.
free throws in Game 7. You're right. And I don't think, who knows what happened. I don't think the officials, the NBA, whomever, wanted the Lakers to beat the Kings in the series necessarily, because the Kings were really popular. Either way, they were going to have people watching the finals, but I do think they may have wanted the Lakers to win that game so they could get
force a game 7
in that series, because that series drew big
numbers,
ratings.
Big numbers. Do you think it was a league thing or a individual referee thing? You know what I mean? Like Tim Donaghy is saying.
It was if it was anything, and Jay knows this, there's members of the team that they don't like to talk about it publicly anymore, but they'll tell you, oh yeah, something happened in that game. But I would think it would be a league thing for that reason.
Is that a league thing? Like I said, or
everybody loves
this
series is great. Let's get another game.
Yeah, I was wondering, is it a league? Yeah, and it benefited the league. No,
Jay
seething over there,
he
right?
Wants to say so.
He's
Like,
hot.
I'm staying.
Come on,
out.
Jay. Jay got an opinion on everything. He ain't saying nothing on this one.
Nah, because you're just bringing up cheating. And the other part about it is I respect that Drapes works for the league. I don't want to put Drapes in a certain situation that you might have to, get your Roger Rabbit on at the back pedal.
I misread you. I thought your feeling was, you know what, that's done with, it's over with.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah, which
but
I understand.
Yeah, I do think you have to know where you come from to know where you're going, right?
Yeah.
I'm of the believer in this, you can theories or whatever. You can't tell me over the years leagues haven't pulled strings for certain things. It just happens. It's our life. And not just the league, it's the way we operate. Again, not to be political, we just had a former president be convicted of 34 felonies. There aren't many people in this world walking the world that they would have walked out of court yesterday.
Right.
Yeah, and so that's the point, is you can't tell me there wasn't something,
Well, I mean, let's keep it real though. We all know this.
Sure.
I mean, we know Shaq and Kobe at that time were the faces of the league.
Yep.
We know even now, LeBron, Steph Curry. No offense. Nobody wanted to see Pacers, Pelicans in the finals or anything. Like, we want to see the star players. It's reason why ESPN always talks about the Lakers. It's business.
Yes.
It's good for business.
Yeah.
Now the question is, did they actually have their hands in the cookie jar? Or were they the puppet masters, if you will, of that series?
Yeah, that's why, like I say, I think if there was anything, it was not, we got to get the Lakers in the finals. It's just, we need one more game, because the Kings were really popular too. And if I remember right, you may be able to speak to this, Jay, maybe not. At the time, it was a great story. The narrative, it was very fascinating, because you had the Lakers against the little Kings. The Kings had a higher payroll.
Yeah.
At that time?
Yes.
They did. Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They went all in.
I didn't know that.
When they went, got Doug, B-Jack, like they went in. They were going to get veterans, kind of fringe guys to make up the rest of their star that they had. And then, of course, Mike Bibby with the trade, friend of the show, Drake's guy. That, for me, I always look at it like this, fellas. The Kings was more of a team. And when you talk to those guys from that era that was on that team, they were like the Beatles together, together, conglomerate. They were fantastic.
Cover Sports Illustrated.
Correct.
Yeah.
Greatest show on court, right? But separately, none of them really just stood out to the point to where they were natural stars. And Webb was a star, but he didn't operate like that, right?
Yep.
Where the Lakers, they were building faces, like pillars of this league. Shaq was a pillar. He was, after Jordan, it was Shaq's league. Then after Shaq, they had to set it up for Kobe, And so you can't, there's something to it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I don't know. You got me fired up. See?
And they knew, like Ori and Fisher and Harper, whoever else it was at that time, B. Shaw, they all knew, like, it's those guys' team. We're supporting them.
Oh, yeah.
That's one reason it worked. They accepted that.
Accepted their roles, and they knew, it was Shaq and Kobe, no doubt about it.
It was an incredible rivalry.
Man, I wish I would have been here for that. Like, just the hatred, the gamesmanship off the court, Phil Jackson, Shaq, Sacramento.
And as outraged as people were, Game 6, those Game 6, Game 7, it was a great series. It was a great game. Series. Game 5 was unbelievable.
Yep,
it was a
5.
tremendous series.
No, you're right. And those were heavyweights going at it. Talk about the big shots from the series. Our boy Mike Bibby, knocking down the midi jumper, and Robert Horry. Like, so many great moments from that series. Has there been a 30 for 30 on that?
Well, I don't think so.
No. That would be, and get
maybe
Doug,
maybe the
Christie, and
maybe no one wants to actually reveal what actually happened.
Rick Fox talking,
and you can't.
Tim Donaghy.
This is the other part. The reason why it would happen is because it would have to come from a medium that doesn't have anything to do with the NBA.
There
aren't many of those
yeah,
people that operate right now. Like you would have to be thinking of a Vice or
Vice Sports. Yeah,
something
that's what
like
I was
that.
thinking. Yeah.
And even then, they have rights with NBA. You know, they got licensing.
Yeah.
They're going through all that. So you don't bite the hand that feeds you. You can't bite the NBA, and that's why we'll never hear some of these things that go on until, you know, as a lot of people say, some things will come out on people's deathbed or in a book when they're on their way out, and we'll find out. But there's too much smoke, like way too much smoke with the league throughout the years, the frozen number, you know, with Patrick Ewing draft. Like there's too much going on.
Frozen envelope.
Yeah.
And there is. Yeah.
What's a frozen envelope?
Huh?
Because you guys were old enough. What was, I mean, and I've read about it, but
they didn't have ping pong balls for the lottery.
Exactly.
Then.
It was the envelopes.
If you missed the playoffs, you were in the lottery. And they had envelopes in this big
hopper.
And the commissioners turning all the envelopes, turn it over, and you don't know which team is inside one. And then he reaches in.
You feel that ice cold.
People say that you can look at it right now on YouTube. I don't know, but people say you can see him feeling for one, which according to legend was the cold one.
He was handsy.
And then the winner is the New York Knicks.
Knickerbockers. Wow. And then, you know, we just said it. The league's about making money.
Of course.
Patrick Ewing was the biggest thing walking at that time.
Biggest
market.
You know this better than we do.
Georgetown.
The TV lights are hot. You'd have to have that thing like in the
super
freezer
cold,
for 2 weeks or something, right?
Right.
Because it's just paper.
No, you're right.
It's wet. They made it wet, stuck to the left. They probably gave him directions.
Yeah.
Allegedly, right?
Did you guys see this? That they had the Showtime Lakers series on HBO.
Yeah.
And it was really popular, but I guess it went off the air. Did you see that? I think is it Prime? FX. They're going to have a series about Donald Sterling.
I did see that.
Clippers.
Yeah. I did see that.
Clipped, I think it's called.
And I'm excited to see it. I feel like FX does like a good job of highlighting the salaciousness of things. You know what I mean? It just won't be any, like it's going to be sexified a little more.
Lawrence Fishburne is Doc?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I did hear that. Yeah. And you know who's in it?
Just like him. I saw last night.
Our boy Matt Barnes. Somebody plays him.
Yep.
In that show. Yeah, we should get Matt on about that to talk about that.
Did you guys watch the Lakers, the Showtime at all?
I didn't. I know, my brother, Jay Reynolds, they loved it.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't bring myself to support anything to do with the Lakers.
Really?
Damn, it's like that.
It is, man. I just can't do it.
Old school Lakers, Magic.
I like Magic. I deal with Magic. I like Worthy. Worthy's not the best person in person, though. I've had opportunity to work with him. He's
really?
Yeah, he can be a stickler of things, but I get it. James Worthy, right?
The books are great.
See, I just can't. I don't care. I don't care enough. It's my hatred.
I can't watch those shows because to me, it wasn't that long ago that the people were live and that was happening. And I feel like I know what happened already. I don't want to watch a bunch of people pretending to be those people. I saw when it happened.
You lived it. Okay.
I'll give you a book, and I believe there is one, and I've had some conversations with former players, and they've come on this station and had during interviews and talked about it a little bit. The one thing I would be super interested in is the Forum Club.
Oh,
like if
I need
someone
that. Tell all?
Yeah, like if FX or somebody did a doc on a 30 for 30 on the Forum Club, I'm all in.
Right.
Yeah, that's it's mentioned in the books. I don't know what they did with it in the show, but yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Imran's going to be along at some point here from True Sports Cards.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we're going to take a look at some cold hard numbers. What, in your opinion, is a fair offer, a fair rate for Mike Brown with the Drive Guys on Sactown Sports?
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why
why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HYBRID to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Febreze.
So my home is also my office. And before I can focus, every room's gotta be clean. That means tidying up and spraying my Febreze Air Mist. Ooh, that's fresh. Febreze Air Mist scents are all high quality. They fight any weird funk, and they give my air an instant boost of freshness. So not only does my home smell good, I feel good too. After I Febreze, it's time to start my day.
Breathe happy, Febreze. La 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 la.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy you happiness, but money did help you buy an RV, which means an excuse from working Saturday with your insufferable coworker, Dave. So money is helping you listen to birds chirp instead of Dave chirping about how his toddler is fluent in 3 languages. And it's also why you'll be smelling pine trees in the air, not Dave's tuna melt reheating in a microwave. So save money by bundling your RV or boat insurance with home or auto from Progressive and buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for my good friends at American Energy. Now, I've told you this before, but this is what we call extending a good deal. Right now, American Energy Heat and Air is offering an HVAC diagnostic for $99. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Never mind. They're offering it free. It's a $99 value, but you get it for $0. Let the American Energy team test your system connections and all the moving parts of that system to ensure that it's functioning properly. Now, this is a limited time offer. Call today to schedule your appointment at 916-520-9990. Speak to the company that has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau that's been making the greater Sacramento area proud since 1981. 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento.
Take it on the local level. Live and local, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sactown Sports. The only station in Sacramento giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
Yeah, we're just looking back at, 22 years ago, Game 6. We know all about that. The Kings once again, maybe at the crossroads here, but Drapes, I'm sticking to the notion that, this doesn't look good, but it's all going to be settled.
Yes.
By this time next week, smooth sailing again for the Kings into this uncertain offseason, but they'll do so united and with their coach at the helm once again.
I agree, man. It has to get done, right? I got to be optimistic about this. There's no reason really for it not to
That's
be.
it. That's it.
It really, and we talked about it yesterday, and Jay mentioned it too. Both sides need each other. Mike Brown needs the Kings right now. The Kings definitely need Mike Brown right now. I think this is just some posturing going on, a little hardball. I think ultimately, when it gets done, it'll be $9 million per year for Mike Brown. and he'll accept that, and we'll move on, and we'll start talking playoffs.
I think that would be eminently fair.
Yep.
If they want to offer more, great. And you could make the case that he's earned that too.
Right.
But I'm with you. 9, 8 is maybe, but 9 it should, in my opinion, I was like, well, that's pretty equitable.
Well, and that's what's kind of frustrating. You and I see it. We all see it. If a guy wants 10, you say, how about 9? All right, sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know,
Yeah.
$100 for the bet. How about 90? Okay, all right, I'll take it. But you come back 40, 50, 60.
Right.
I'm like, come on, bro. You know what I mean?
And none of this, well, you could make 9.
Right. No.
We're only 7, but you could make 9.
Right.
No,
just give me the 9 and let's go.
unless you want to put me in charge of all the roster decisions too.
Ooh, yeah, exactly. then we're talking something. Yeah, I ultimately think it's going to. It's too much of a good thing going right now with the Kings for either of these sides to mess this up.
Yes. It's too obvious. That's got to be the case. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Stu on Sactown Sports. Hey, Stu.
Sacramento. I just want.
Oh, Stu, we're having a real issue with
Stu talking in Morse code out there.
Woody Woodpecker.
I know, right?
Y'all hear me now?
Yeah,
All right,
what's up, Stu?
All right, so the frozen envelope.
Yeah.
All right, so my recollection of the frozen envelope was he's mulling around in this fish tank.
Yes.
And the first one he pulls out, he puts on number 7. Okay, and on till he gets the 1. All right, so then the 1 obviously is Patrick Ewing. And then me being a Warrior fan at the time, we end up getting Chris Mullin, and I guess he slipped because they said he had some drinking problem or something like that back then. But, that's my recollection was that they put the first one on 7.
Oh, that's right.
And then the last one they pulled out was Patrick Ewing.
Oh, so they left the cold one in there.
Right. And then the last comment I have to say was the Warriors, it's the curse of Robert Parrish. We haven't had a center since then. Okay. And then you go to the Weber situation. We go ahead. He don't want to play center, right? So we go trade Billy O for Cycling, right? And so Billy O was Weber's drinking buddy. And Weber holds out. Then the Warriors go like 7-0 or 11-0 waiting on Weber, and they trade him to, what was it, Washington?
Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the curse of Robert Parrish. We ain't had a center since. Look it up.
Got you, Stu.
All right, Stu. Appreciate that.
And thank you, Stu. Stu's right about the lottery. They drew it out. It's like number 7 is so-and-so. So to build suspense. They don't start at number 1, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
So the envelope would have to stay cold even
Even
longer.
through that. Yeah, through all the picks. But this was before TV and like 8,000 commercials and how ESPN milks it now. So it wasn't that long. It wasn't like it was 3 hours or an hour or anything. Probably like 15 minutes.
It was kind of cool then, where you either made the playoffs or you were in the lottery.
Right.
If you didn't make the playoffs, you had every shot at getting the first pick.
Yeah, it wasn't weighted or ping pong balls or anything
now
like
it's so
that.
complicated.
Right. Yeah.
Steven joins us on Sactown Sports. Hey, Steven, you're on the drive, guys. Hello. Steven? All right.
Steven, sleeping at the wheel, bro. What's going on here?
Man, I am too busy out here muting my phone to be super respectful, and I'm out here slipping. I apologize, guys. Sorry about that. I hope you guys are having a good day.
man.
So far.
How are you going to make it up to us now? What do you got for us?
Y'all can't be talking about the Lakers like that, man. Game 6 and everything, man. That's some sacrilegious stuff, man. I can't do it. I'm right there with Jay, man. I got no love for LA. I got no love for the Lakers. I don't even have any love for the Clippers, man. San Diego, anything past Bakersfield, dog, we can just go ahead and just chalk that up as like an L for sure, man. I'm right there with them, man. I can't do anything LA. I'm not rooting for them.
No Dodgers? Dodgers?
No, I'm a Giant fan. Don't get me with that negativity. My dad's a Dodger fan. I get to hear it all the time.
How about the LA Sparks?
I know LA Sparks. Our girl
man.
Cameron Brink down there doing big things.
Okay, we can talk about Cameron Brink though. I mean, that's different though.
Slow your roll. Slow down, Steven. Slow down, big fella. Slow down, big fella.
I know. Let me ease it back.
Put him in the cryo chamber.
Oh man, yeah, we got to put me on ice, man. I don't know. Anyway, hey, real quick, man, just to kind of like ease this up a little bit, man. Y'all got people that are like diehard Warrior fans that live in this area. You probably got a bunch of Laker fans in this area, and these guys are still calling in to talk to you guys and just chop it up about basketball. To me, that's beautiful because they're in a completely different environment, completely different just area, man. And they're out here still giving you guys a shot and still listening to you guys and giving you guys the floor. I think that's freaking beautiful, and that says a lot about you guys. So
Thank
you know
Steve.
what, dude?
Yeah.
Thank you, man. So thanks for your time, man.
All right,
let's
Steve.
get off this Game 6 crap, man. Let's talk about some positivity, man. About how Monk and Brown are gonna come back this year. They're both gonna sign. Everything's gonna be hunky dory. And we're just going to move on. There's not going to be any negative feelings between everybody. I'm a man of positivity. I try to make sure that, we can instill some positivity out there during these trying times as Kings fans. So you guys have a good weekend, man. I love you guys.
Steven. Thank you. And we had moved on from that until he brought it back up. But I will just say, we weren't like glorifying the Laker win. We were saying how I think if you're a Kings fan, you should be aware of this date.
It's just history. Yeah, this date in history.
They said, to know where you're going, you got to know where you came from.
Right. No, exactly. And honestly,
and this is also the anniversary of the funeral we had for the Lakers on that same day.
Oh, see, that was it.
That was it.
That's
what set it off right there.
It was the officials.
Dude,
it wasn't the basketball
Now we're
gods.
Cursed thanks to you. Oh, my God.
It was Bob Delaney and whoever the other two were.
What does Stu say? The curse of Robert Parrish?
Yeah.
It's the curse of the Rise guys.
The Rise guys back in the day.
Matter of fact, we might need to change the name of the Drive guys from the Rise guys just to stay away from it now.
That's true. It's a little too close to the Rise guys. A little bad karma from 22 years ago, Whitey. What's interesting, though, as we talk about that date 22 years ago, maybe Kings fans should always bring it up to remind the league how they got screwed. Don't just sweep it under the rug. We moving on. No. Remember what you did to me 22. You know how it is, Jay. You see a dude you had some beef with back in the day, 20 years from now. Yeah, that's that dude I had beat. You still remember that. And so as a Kings fan, you know what? I'm not going to let the league slide. Remember what y'all did to us back then? That's the vibe. Yeah, pettiness. Yeah, we're not letting that slide.
That's the stuff Cat doesn't have. Karl Anthony Towns doesn't have that pettiness.
That
my
is
daughter
one
would
thing
say.
that the Kings accomplished last year. They got beyond. It's like the Lakers now is still a thing, but it's not like the Lakers are a rival because of what happened a long time ago. It's the Warriors now are the bigger rival.
Different rival.
Kind of graduated from that period.
I mean, we still hate the Lakers, obviously.
Yeah.
Still want to smack them up.
But,
I feel like Warriors fans have become just as obnoxious. And so that's our new rival, too.
Except for Stu. Nothing against Stu. And the curse of Robert
The curse of Robert Parrish. Who knew? I never heard of the curse of Robert Parrish. It's like Babe Ruth out there, curse of the Bambino, Miss O'Leary's cow, something like that. Like, dang.
This is O'Leary's cow.
You remember that one?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's going back like a few. I haven't brought that up in about 40 years, but yeah.
When we come back, Luka and the GOAT debate. And what is the Gorn? Does he belong in the Gorn debate? What do you think of that? We'll find out what that is when we come back. Sactown Sports.
The NFL's leading rusher plays here.
The handoff to McCaffrey, walks in the end zone. Handoff to McCaffrey, takes it right down to the goal line. He does his thing again. McCaffrey goes in motion right. Backwards pass led by Juszczyk. A block there. Hurdles a man. 10-5. Touchdown! CMC!
You can hear all of Christian McCaffrey's touchdowns on your home for 49ers football. Sactown Sports.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
Did you miss any part of our live local shows? Don't worry, you never have to miss them again. Check out SactownSports.com and search our podcast page and play our shows when you want. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Stiles and Watkins, and The Drive Guys. Plus, other podcasts like Return of the Empire, Return of the Roar, The Stingers Up Podcast, and Golf to Go with Frank LaRosa.
They're all available right now on SactownSports.com.
Your afternoon home for Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
If Drape seems a little distracted today, he doesn't. But if a time or two, the rest of the way he does, it's because he's glued to the U.S. Women's Open here on one of our monitors.
Fascinating stuff. Love this. My girl Nelly Korda is going to miss the cut. Whitey, the world's #1 golfer, women's golfer.
How did that happen?
Dude, she had one hole opening round yesterday, 12th hole, her third hole of the day, par 3. Got a 10 on the hole. She's +9 right now for the tournament. Take away that hole when she was +7, she would be a +2. The leaders are only at -3. Mm-hmm. That one hole ruined her. Mm-hmm. And so I'm bummed by that, man. This girl, I think she had like 5 straight wins or something like that. She had won
77 events since she last missed a cut, something like that.
I mean, this girl, the sweetest swing in all of golf right now. So she's going to have a weekend free, though.
You know, and you play a lot of golf, so it's probably been a while since you had to worry about that. But that's how you get out of the hundreds, you know, if you're like and into the 90s, is you just take out, you know, because usually if you're in the hundreds, you got 1 or 2 like 10s or 9s.
Yeah, 8,
just
9
get rid of those.
Get
you know,
the big
rid
number.
Of those and carve them down to like a 7 or something.
Yeah,
and your score starts to improve.
My problem though, right now is I don't get the 8s anymore.
Snowman, give me a snowman.
But I'm getting a 5 and 6 all the time. Like
even on the par 3s?
Nah, the par 3s is 3 or 4. Like I'm at bogey golf and then a couple of holes double bogey. That's what's
What's Tom Morton say to do about that?
Man, I gotta holler at Tom. We need to. You know what I need really? I need a sports psychologist, big fella. Because it's not about the swing. It's not about the tempo. It's about what's between the ears with me. I'm being 100% real now. This is my therapy session with you guys. It's all mental with me.
You're going to have to start meditating to slow things down. I know we talked about
You know how I am, though.
You want to do it.
You've been around me for a while
there you
now.
go. As long as your brain's going to go that way, it's tough to play golf.
I told you I tried to meditate once for 3 minutes, and I couldn't do it.
It's not easy, Kyle.
I couldn't do it.
You got to commit to it.
I'm always thinking, moving, I'm never just.
I've already diagnosed your injury. If I have to be your sports psychologist as well, I will do that.
Let me just say this. And I know we got a lot to talk about. Mike Brown.
Emron is here as well.
Emron is here. Nelly Korda. But we did not devote enough time to my 17 points last night. When I struggle, I'm on Carmichael Dave's show. I'm getting tweets. When I dominate like I did, Who was the picture, the video, the GIF or whatever I sent of you guys?
It was Jordan Poole falling down.
No, my boy LeBron James
in a Cavs uniform.
I'm running back down the floor. That's how I was last night.
Is that like one of the first finals year LeBron's, or you had to carry the team?
No, that might have been championship LeBron.
Okay.
When 2016 LeBron.
It's funny.
That's how I was feeling.
Tell me if I'm right or I'm wrong here. You went from I might have had 15 to I think I had 15, and now it's like I had 17.
No, I think it's because unlike other people, I'm not keeping track of my stats during the game.
Then how do you know if you had 17?
Because afterwards I got that memory like LeBron where you can recall plays.
Oh, it's not during the game.
No, it's not during the game. All right. First half, maybe. I was like, man, I'm off to a good start. I got 9 points. And then I was like, yeah, keep it going. I
can't help it.
2 layups, a 3-ball, a mid-range, a paint shot. So that's 5 field goals, 10, 11 points. And I made 6 free throws, 17, big fella.
Don't you think people would be surprised if they knew how many NBA players are counting during the game? Counting stats.
Yeah. Oh, guys know.
Like going over to the table.
And look at their stat sheet and everything and halftime and looking at everything. And
box scores.
A lot of box scores out there. Yep, a lot of box scores. You know who I saw yesterday? Our boy Kent Bazemore was out there at Folsom Lifetime playing pickup ball on the other side. Like when we were done.
He's not in your league, is he?
No, he's not in my league. Dude, my league is the old man league, 35 and up. But there was Kent Bazemore and probably 15 other guys that looked like they were in peak physical condition. I don't know who these guys were. I don't know if it was an AAU squad or, some sort of semi-pro team, but these dudes look like they were hooping for real.
Wow.
Like they were like legit hoopers, dunks, alley-oops, stuff like that.
Is this Abby on the line here, Jay? Let's talk to Abby on Sactown Sports. Thanks for hanging on.
This is Abby.
Yes, what can we do for you? Yeah.
So I wanted to touch bases on when you guys were speaking about potentially drafting Bronny in the second.
Yes.
And I really love the idea of that just because Sacramento, something that we've always struggled with is just getting that media attention, We get Bronny, we get that media attention. Maybe we can attract stars from that, Who wouldn't want to play with Bronny's son? Because eventually in the future, Bron will come here, maybe even assistant coach, head coach, who knows that, Have him on his Mike Brown. I'm thinking if Bronny develops in Sacramento with, let's say, his player comp Davion Mitchell, maybe that's 2 guards we could have off the bench, like coming up and just playing together like that. Because I'm thinking, like you guys said earlier, the second round pick, it's like a needle in the haystack, I mean, I know the Nuggets, they got Jokic, but I mean, this draft class isn't up to what everyone thought it was going to be, or at least what it is compared to the years in the past. I'm thinking, why not take the chance with Bronny just for the fact that Sacramento, a low market team, could get that media attention. We would always
gotcha, Abby.
Have something else for,
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for listening and bringing that up. It's like a fairy tale to me. It's like, there's
somebody's going to take him, Whitey.
Sure.
Why not us?
Because he's not going to come here. So then what's the point? I mean, that's the way I see it. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't know if he'd come here. Sacramento not far from LA. Mom and dad right down the street. Hey,
that's how it is in Sac. It's lit.
It's lit out here. We got good weather. We got hunting. We got fishing. Why wouldn't he come here?
Because it's.
But you know that it's Sac.
Yeah, because he wants to go to the Lakers, and his management is going to bring a lot of pressure to bear on your franchise. If you do that, it'd be worth more trouble. I think it'd be more trouble than it's worth. That's what I was trying to say. And as far as, we get the media attention.
We not desperate for that? We're not that desperate?
Not that kind, are we? Are we?
It ultimately comes down, can the dude play or not, right?
Yeah, but people, again, it'd be like, there go the Kings again. He's never going there. Kings are going to Kings. That's the kind of attention. And I'm right.
And then LeBron says, you know what? I started my career in Sacramento. I want to end my career in Sacramento.
What do you got? 12.9?
12.9
I'll just
mid-level?
take the biannual.
How
What's
about
that, 4?
How about wink, wink, Oakland A's ownership, Sacramento A's ownership in the future or something like that?
John Fisher's going to sell?
Yeah. Our boy Vivek is positioning himself, big fella.
Right.
He's positioning
Speaking
himself.
Of fairy tale. We're just fairy tale.
I know. That's
fairy
right.
tale.
I do live in a fairy tale life. Like my whole life is about a fairy tale. Man.
It's nice to dream. I'm telling you, I would pick him. I'd pick Bronny just to screw up the Lakers.
Just to screw the Lakers,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know? Or if you want him, give us 2 first-round picks, or something like that. Like,
have you heard
bamboozle?
Yeah, pardon me.
Yeah.
Have you heard Stephen A's theory on conspiracy theory on that?
No, what?
I have the
You got
the
that
notes here
with all
somewhere.
your box scores and notes over there. What do you got?
Yeah. His theory is that Bronny, and this is a fact. This isn't part of the theory. But
Okay.
Bronny was ranked like 89th or something.
Yeah. Then he jumped up.
Yes.
To 54th.
Right.
In ESPN's ranking.
Uh-huh. And the Lakers pick right around there.
Do
And
they
Stephen
really?
A said, "Oh, this is part of it's obviously a conspiracy. ESPN, they adjusted their rankings so that when the Lakers pick him, it won't look like such
A reach, huh?
Yeah.
Stephen A. really said
He
that?
said that. Yeah.
Dang.
He said it's so obvious.
Interesting.
Yeah. Now, there have to be people that are involved in the decisions, the rankings are going, what? Why would Stephen A say that about us?
Yeah.
But he says, it's obviously ESPN had a hand in that. And they kind of cooked Bronny's rankings so it won't look as bad when the Lakers pick them.
So why would ESPN do that, though? What do they get? Is it just
to help the Lakers?
Cozying up, favoring up to the Lakers?
Uh-huh.
Do you a favor, LeBron? You do us a favor? Exclusive interview in about a month or 2 after the draft or something like that? You might be right.
Yeah. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's an interesting theory.
That's all we live in right now, man. It's conspiracy theories.
Wouldn't there be some kind of blowback on Stephen A. from ESPN?
Right. But he is the most powerful man over there.
Mm-hmm.
He's unhinged over there. Nobody can control that guy over there. He is ESPN at this point, other than the live events and maybe Scott Van Pelt. Stephen A. Smith is the guy.
Real quick here. I know we touched on this earlier. Now that Luka is going to the finals, there's lots to talk about. Does he belong in the GOAT debate? I think Jason Kidd said, well, it's up to you guys to decide if he belongs in there. But how about, as your guy, Kendrick Perkins,
that's my guy,
this phrase, the Gorn debate.
What is that?
Greatest of right now. The greatest of right now. Does Luka, maybe not a GOAT, is he a Gorn?
So he surpassed Jokic is what Gorn would mean, right?
Yeah. I'm not ready yet. He's on his way there, but you have to.
You got to win it, though.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to win it. You got to win it, And I said about a month ago, if Luka was 7 feet like Jokic, he'd be getting way more attention, I think. I think Luka should have been MVP, or at least Shea should have been over Jokic. But if he wins a championship, I can argue that. I can make that argument.
This is going to be such a great finals.
Is it? I hope so, man.
There's just so many great storylines.
Are you cheering for the Celtics now?
I want them to win. It's hard for me to cheer
I know. I was about to say.
One thing I found, though, with myself, I don't know about other people, but there's 2 teams and I hate that team. But if I say on the radio or somewhere, that team's going to win, then when they start playing, I root really hard for them.
Just so you could be right?
I guess so.
Oh my God.
I'm saying it's a reflex. It's not something I voluntarily do. I just notice I really want that.
You want them to win.
I hate them, but I don't want to be wrong.
Right. You don't want to be wrong. Somebody asked me on the 916 Drapes, how are you really going to feel if the Celtics win the chip? I'm thinking low key, you're going to have a tummy stick. Well, I'll tell you what, if the Celtics win, I will be salty. I'll be the biggest hater out there. My son wants them to win. My daughter, my wife, the whole family wants them to win except me.
What about the dog?
Dog, he walks around with a little Celtics bandana on and everything. I don't want the Celtics to win. But it pains me to root for Luka because of what it would mean, but I can't have the Celtics win the championship. I can't have that. I'm not there, and now they want to win? I can't have
to come up with some kind of bet. We got plenty of time to think of one.
All right. It's almost a lose-lose, though. Luka wins, then it's
yeah, I know.
Damn,
I know.
Could have had that guy.
Well,
all right. Let's do some sort of bet.
All right. That could be fun. It's always fun. Imran, when he joins us, Imran Pilati, True Sports Cards, he'll be here.
He got his show and tell? Any jerseys?
I don't know if he does or not. We'll find out. I don't see any, but we'll find out coming up on Sactown Sports. He just waved you off.
Oh, did he?
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
We are fortunate in Northern California to have weather that allows us to play golf year-round. On the other hand, that's a lot of time to be exposed to the sun's harmful rays. So just remember to apply the sunscreen. Experts say that SPF 30 blocks 97% of the UVB rays that cause sunburn, and you should apply sunscreen at least every 2 hours. So put it on before you play and reapply at the turn. Apply it evenly and thoroughly. When you use a spray, don't step into the spray because you won't be putting it on evenly. We all tend to get our arms, legs, and face, but make sure you apply to your ears, neck, hands, and scalp, and don't forget the backs of your knees. And make sure you check the expiration date. Experts also say the sunscreen that works is the sunscreen that you actually are going to put on your skin. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at PowerCopier.com. Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Bonnie. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Paige Dasha, Kelsey Hart, and more. Saturday, September 28th at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit amicis.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at amicis.com, and Amici's delivers.
Sacramento sports fans, get ready to amp up your summer with the Sactown Sports live events calendar. We've got a lineup that's awesome. First up, mark your calendar for June 8th when NF takes the stage at the Golden One Center. Visit livenation.com for tickets and get ready for a killer high-energy show. Don't miss music legends Daryl Hall and Elvis Costello with the Imposters on June 12th, and NSYNC and Backstreet artists Joey Fatone and AJ McLean on June 22nd. Two great shows coming in June to Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Then looking ahead to August 4th, get ready for the Outlaw Music Festival at the Toyota Amphitheater, featuring legends like Willie Nelson, Bob Dylan, and John Mellencamp, presented by Live Nation. The Sactown Sports live events calendar, your ultimate playbook for the best shows and events in town. Stay tuned to Sactown Sports for exclusive updates and your chance to win tickets.
Seems like all this artificial intelligence stuff stirs up the age-old debate of man versus machine. Hi, it's Dan from the Good Feet store, and let me ask you, would you let a robot cut your hair? Would you rely on an app to teach a kid to ride a two-wheeler? Let's face it, some things require the human touch. People come to us seeking a solution to foot, leg, and back pain after trying all kinds of things recommended by in-store machines or website blurbs. An impersonal, generic approach to solving a problem that's unique to you. No wonder they usually don't work. At the Good Feet store, you'll meet with an arch support specialist who will take the time to learn about your needs, your feet, your lifestyle, and then fit you from over 300 models and sizes of arch supports, designed for pain relief, better balance, and more comfort.
Do you have sore feet, an aching back, or plantar fasciitis? Then get to the Good Feet store nearest you for your free arch support fitting. Good Feet arch supports are only available at the Good Feet store.
Kings talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sactown Sports.
I don't know if you guys heard today on Styles and Watkins, they had Nate Littlefield, and he was sharing his views of how Malik's body language was when he did the card show a couple weeks ago, and I thought it was interesting. And plus, I love Nate, but it's just what Imran had when he joined us last week, talking about how Malik, when he was here, he didn't really at the card show. Didn't really seem like he was comfortable there compared to last year. Yeah, Imran Pilati joins us from.
Here I am. Is my microphone working?
Yes.
First of all,
check.
First of all, I gotta say this, Kyle. Are those new headphones?
Yeah, you like these?
Yeah. What happened to your other ones?
I got too excited. It was a Drapes take or something, and I broke them.
I was here the last time.
Were you here the last time?
I walked out, and then you said, "Oh my God, my headphones are all broken. I don't know what's going on."
I know.
And I said, "I texted you because I blew your mind, right?"
Oh no, yeah.
And then,
what did I say?
And then you said, "Yeah, more like your ego blew up the
blew up the spot up in here."
Yeah,
yes.
so here, but here I am again.
Are those your headphones or no?
I did. I brought my own.
You see, Whitey, that's what I'm talking about. Your headphones black, Imran black. That's why I went with the blue. Because everybody and their mom has black. I'm like, let me go somewhere different. Let me do something different.
Well, we just want to look good. I don't know what's going on with yours.
You just want to look like everybody else, big fella. I stand out.
There's a reason why all of them are black.
Hold
for
on
a
for
reason.
a sec. Before we continue, something was bothering me last time you were on.
Was it Mitch Richmond?
No.
All right.
You're blocking my camera shot right here, big fella. That's,
and he's talking about my ego.
Let's rearrange that before we dive into things.
I'll just get under the desk here.
People need to see the single shot here, but go ahead. All right. Sorry, Whitey. Go ahead. What we got?
Do I need to move this, Jay?
No, you're good.
Yeah, okay.
You're good.
We'll edit this out.
We can see both.
Malik, we covered that last time.
Yes,
Malik,
we did.
You got the sense that maybe the vibe around Malik's stand wasn't great based on.
Listen, I was in traffic all the way here, so I didn't get a chance to listen to where we're leading up to. Are we feeling good about Malik's re-signing? Is that where you guys are at?
No, nobody
not really. I mean,
other than Mark Jones.
That makes three of us.
Okay.
That makes three of us.
Yeah.
I really think that what comes down to it, and I know that Malik has listened to this show before. I talked to him about it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if he's listening, hi. But I was just going to say that, the starter component, I feel like has to happen or he's gone.
Yeah.
I think money's important, of course, as always, but I think that there's a starter component out of respect, out of wanting to make sure that he gets the playing time alongside De'Aaron rather instead of De'Aaron. I think that there's a real component there. And so you got to look at it, who drops into the the bench. And it's pretty clear it would be Herter.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a dynamic there that Coach Brown's going to have to figure out if Coach Brown's going to be here more than this year, which is insane that they haven't seen.
Oh, that'll be fine. We are optimistic on that just because you look at now, if Malik leaves, we don't want that, but you can understand it, right? It's like, I get it. He could get more money elsewhere, a lot of things. Get it. Mike Brown and the Kings not coming to some kind of agreement. It just doesn't make sense. And I know it doesn't look good, but I'm just, kind of crossing my fingers, closing my eyes, and assuming that within a few days it'll all be done.
I did hear coming in, you talked about Mike Brown's deal potentially at that $9 to $10 million being a deal. It'll eventually age really well. It reminds me of a couple weeks ago when we talked about Jalen Brunson's deal.
Yeah.
How at first we were like, what is this?
Jalen Brunson,
and now you're like, this guy might ask for more money sooner than later and get it because some of these deals that are put together today don't feel the most perfect, but they age really well considering the inflation aspect of things. In fact, I remember when Timothy Mozgov got a deal. Timofey got a deal from the Lakers, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And we were like, what is this? But then the going rate was kind of at that moment.
Yeah.
So what Vivek and the team might feel about his contract, Mike Brown's contract, just pay up. Get the guy, get that consistency.
Let me ask you this, and I hear you saying that, and I agree 100% with you, but you're a business owner. You've done negotiate. You hire employees and everything like that. You got people on staff that may feel like maybe they're worth more. When you have these talks, are you going in? Here's the offer. This is all I got. I know you want this, but this is like how, as a business owner, how do you handle these things?
As a business owner, you should look at what that employee or what that team member can provide X multiplier past what they cost. If I was an employee and I wanted to be invaluable, the thing that I would be doing is I'd be saying, hey, boss, look at what I've done since I've came on board. Here's my game plan moving forward. I'm exponentially worth more to you than average X guy. right? Almost like your
Take
war.
notes on this for your son.
Right, exactly, 100%.
Yeah, people may not know, but Kyle's son is working a lot of hours at our shop, and he's incredible. Shout out, thank you,
Draper work ethic. Thank you, man.
There you go. But I would just say that, like, when you go to negotiations, whether it's sports or any other business, come with your resume and your performance record. And Mike Brown can say 16, 17 years of no playoffs. Here I came in. Yes, we missed the playoffs. I'm using air quotes right now, but they were in the play-in. Like they are right there. And for them to kill that consistency, it's insane. So I always look at an X multiplier when I was an employee. By the way, I'm a horrible employee. Really? I really am, because I'm just like, why is this business run this way? I'll run it differently. I want to do it my way. Right.
Yeah.
So, I would just say that track records mean something, but if you can say I'm a multiplier in both value as well as money to your organization, I think you show real value.
Speaking of money, you've probably heard about this guy. Guy in New York needs some diapers, so he goes to the Walmart.
I heard about this one.
And then while he's there, he's like, get a couple of these hangers. I think they're prism hangers. And he opens them, ends up with a Wemby white ice Wemby prism numbered to 35. And it's the first one, I believe, that has been opened, and it's worth
in number 1 of 35.
It's one. I don't know which one it is, but it's one of, and so it's estimated to be worth like $20,000.
Yeah, easy now. Yeah, anybody could ask for anything. Yeah, anybody could ask for anything.
Easy now.
There's 35 of them. There's not like one, right?
So far, there's just the one.
Whenever you're talking sports cards, it really comes down to first to market. Right. So if you look at any track record of any kind of sale that's ever happened on sports cards, you look at what went to eBay first, and that one sells usually about 30 to 40% higher than the second one. And then the second one is a little bit higher than the third one. By the time that you have a lot going out there, it kind of saturated the market. So first to market always is going to have the highest price. So if this guy with his white ice numbered to 35, Victor Wembanyama, is first to market, he could ask for whatever he wants. Shoot for the moon.
Let me ask
you
for
the stars, land, and the moon.
Sell it.
Let's say
sell it. Yeah.
Let's say
that's Jay's favorite words.
Right,
sell it.
Somebody who maybe they're not interested in cards, but they're somewhere, Target, Walmart, Barnes and Noble, wherever, and they're like, oh, there's some cards there.
But by the way, they're going to run into you.
I know all those spots. Whitey's stealing all of them.
Should that person? What are the odds that I'll get some cards? Who knows? Maybe I'll get $1 million card. The odds are really against you, right? This
kind of. Yeah, I would say that. And what's so interesting is as we go to each break, you, Whitey, have told me a story of every place that you've been to. You go, hey, listen, I was at Target and I got these. What do you think of them? I'm like, you're shopping at Target for it. So there's a reason why they're $35 on the shelf.
Yeah.
The more expensive.
They're more if I get them off the shelf at your store.
You know why? Because they got to run in from somebody else that comes in and says, I bought them off the shelf. It's a unique situation. And I don't want people to think that I run to Targets and buy all the. I know that you don't know that. I know you know that, but they don't know that. So I'm telling them, people will come in and say, I bought 10 of these boxes at $40. Would you like to buy some? And I go, sure. How much? And they're not going 40.
Yeah.
Right. So I have to up it from there. But walking into your local hobby shop and being able to actually get them instead of running around from Target to Target has a price and value of your time.
True.
So that's what it comes down to. True is a good name for a store, by the way.
I know. Let me ask you this, though, because we're going to stay on this because, and maybe this is too, inside baseball. You don't want to give away your secrets
I'll give away
or anything
every
like
secret.
that.
It's all good.
Is there a difference between a Target box and a sports card store box?
Yeah.
And tell me about that.
They're called retail versus hobby. Hobby shops, retail boxes. Retail, there's far fewer cards total in a box. So, for example, if you get a blaster box, which is Whitey's favorite thing to buy, he loves buying blaster boxes and mega boxes. He's laughing right now for those of you only listening because he's embarrassed. He's a collector of those. 36 cards, 40 cards, not many in that retail box. And the way that it's printed is it works backwards. So they're a lot more abundant than they are in hobby boxes.
Walmart mega box, there's 50 cards, but in a Target there's 60. Go ahead.
He heard. He
right?
He doesn't know from experience. He just heard that. All right. He heard by opening 50 of them last Saturday night. So with the way that they print retail is backwards. What they do is they talk to all their suppliers, Target, Walmart, liquor stores, wholesalers, whatever that. They say, how many boxes would you like? How many cases do you believe that you'd like? And they tally it up. Target's going to order this many, hundreds of thousands of boxes. Walmart's going to order that. And then they print to match.
Oh.
They print to match the demand and maybe a little bit more. Okay. That's why you will never see numbered cards inside of that, because they can't number it because they don't know how many boxes they're going to make.
Whereas so I can't get good number cards in.
It's rare.
You can.
It's rare.
Yeah,
it's rare.
It depends which one.
But for the most part, hobby boxes have a definitive amount of boxes that are going to be
right
because they have numbered cards in there, and you can't keep making boxes unlimited with having limited cards in there.
Yeah,
so
I'm sorry. You go.
No, you have. Listen. I want to learn from you. Go right ahead. What are you going to say?
With the hobby boxes, you go to the store. You can't get a hobby box at Target. You get it from Imran.
Yeah,
it's going to cost a lot. But the odds of getting better cards are.
And you're getting guarantees.
Much higher. There's guaranteed hits in there.
The hobby box.
Some of my friends that get blasters sometimes, they go through 4 of them. And they're
my friends being you. Yeah,
exactly. I can't even open cards with my wife anymore because bless her, we opened some of those and she's like,
what'd you
get anything? So I was like, you're right.
The fact that she confirms your bad decisions. Yeah. My wife is listening right now. She says, I'm looking at the chat. She says,
on the chat?
She's listening with Beckett at home. Yeah, she's really good at pointing out my bad decisions. So
okay.
Happily. By the way, I'm a little sluggish today. We went to the kitchen last night. Have you ever eaten there before?
I know.
No, sir.
4 months wait for a reservation.
That's what I hear. Yeah.
It's like French Laundry, but all you can eat.
That's a long line.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it's an incredible.
It's that good.
What an experience. 5 hours of that. We're celebrating our 8 years together anniversary.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It's our first date in like 4 months because Beckett was watched by her best friend. So we got a night away. It was a great time.
Damn.
Great time.
All right.
Sorry, I just had to bring up sluggishness, and that's why I'm feeling it.
Yeah. I was just hoping he would. Hey, as far as the bill, I'm gonna shout you out tomorrow.
right. Yeah, exactly. That's what that is, right? That's what that is.
Let me say this, okay? If I'm invited back, which is 50-50, I can see this right now.
You weren't invited this time.
What do you mean? I live in Roseville. I happen to be in the area. I happen to be in traffic on the other side of it. I will bring you a hobby box for you to open my treat. Okay.
Why are you looking at Whitey?
Because
I'm the one that asked about the hobby box.
Your son cost me a lot of money. He works a lot of hours. Money has been flowing to your family pretty well for the last 2 weeks.
I would have to humbly decline. Those are two. I mean, I'll buy one or something, but that's two.
Kyle, would you like one?
Damn Skippy. Yeah. What is this guy? This guy, please.
I don't like doing
if it's
that.
free, it's for me, big fella.
I appreciate it very much, but I just feel okay since you're on the radio.
Is this payola right here? Is that what it is, or something like that?
So. It's not that. It's just like I feel like I know this guy. We're friends. I don't know. Oh, great. Hey, can I have some free stuff?
You ever
I just have a hard time with
speaking of business owners, just real quick, because I know we're up against the clock.
Nah, we're good.
We're okay.
We run the clock.
Listen. Yeah,
Jay said
we don't wear watches. We tell people what time it is. Here's what I would tell you as a small business owner, and I tell this to anybody listening: don't ask for the discount from your friends. You don't ask that to the big, the Kylie Jenners of the world and the multi-billionaires. We don't ask for discounts there. We pay the premium, right? But here we are.
You're trying to support your friend.
Yes, pay full rack. I always do.
See?
I always do it. So support small businesses, stay local. I know you could get it 5 cents cheaper on the internet, but you can't talk to that person, walk into their store, spend your eat their food, stay local and spend local is what I tell people.
Good thing we're not friends because I'm always looking for the hookup. If we're friends, I wouldn't look for the hookup.
Yeah, he goes out. I go, oh, you want to shake my hand? He goes, no, man, just put something in it.
Something in it, baby.
Speaking of, we were just talking about value and centers, and you mentioned Timofey
Mozgov.
Some people are comparing him to this guy. I don't know if it's a fair comparison. He may be one of the best big men available on the market this offseason. Looks like right? he could get 20 a year for 4.
How many papers are you holding there?
Dude, this guy, that's all he's a black rat.
We got Drapers and papers.
He can get 80 million to 100 million from a team hoping to, well, let's see. I'll give you his numbers. 64% from the field, He's got a floater, 8.3 rebounds, 25.3 minutes per game, 4.3 assists.
Ooh.
You think he's worth it?
25 minutes?
Isaiah Hartenstein.
Ooh.
Isaiah Hartenstein's going to get 80 to 100 million.
From the Knicks?
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, he
Are you going to be all right?
Just
He
save all
boosted
the
his value,
just
man.
save all the money and get Zach Edey like I've been telling you. He's a number 13 slot pick. Zach Edey will cost $3 million a year tops. You're going to get 7'3". If you wanted to, I mean, and he's a hobby favorite. People love Zach Edey.
Really?
I've sold quite a bit of Zach Edey.
Really?
Yeah.
What is there anyone that's coming out this draft that's out right now? Because this seems like a down draft when we
It is
talk
a
to
weird
experts
draft.
and all that.
I mean, I keep hearing you guys with Tristan
De Silva,
and you, Jacoby something.
Walters. Yeah.
I don't know. I think the problem is that these cats that are coming out, they have been affected by not being able to play during the pandemic. These are high school seniors and freshmen right in the pandemic where there was no games going on. When no games are going on, out of sight, out of mind. That's why this particular draft is a little like dry as far as notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the top, it's really heavy with foreign, really heavy with France.
Yes.
And Sarr, I don't even know where he's from. Australia or New Zealand or
No,
something?
he played in Australia.
I think he's French too, but he played in Perth.
So, yeah. And then you look at the stats and they're so underwhelming.
Because they're like 14 years old, some of them.
Yeah, it's like they're playing. It's like, oh, this guy scored 11 points and had 6 rebounds. I did that at the City League last week.
Yeah.
Right? So I just think it's one of those drafts. I hope it's not like the 2001 draft. That was one of the worst drafts ever.
Really?
That was Kenyon Martin draft, first pick. You had Darius Miles in that draft. So I think the only all-star that ever came out of the entire draft was Michael Redd out of that entire draft. So they say that they were doing a stat comparison or, comparisons to the players. And it was like the third pick. I remember who they picked, one of the top 5. And the NBA comparison was Goran Dragic.
Oh, we talked about that.
We
yesterday.
were just talking about, was that Bleacher Report or no? Where was that?
I think it was
a Ringer. And then there was another one that it was like the top 5 pick, Dante DiVincenzo.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a Bleacher Report.
I was
They had like that guy third, and the number 1 pick, his comp was Harrison Barnes.
Yeah. I do remember that.
We were talking about that yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's your number one comparison?
Nothing
Trade the
against
pick.
HB, but
Trade the picks.
Well, a lot of people think that the Kings are going to move 13.
Please do.
That they're going to trade it.
I mean, if you think about 13th picks, there's been some good ones. I'm off the top of my head. I'll put my computer down. I believe Donovan Mitchell was a 13th pick or somewhere around there. Michael Porter Jr. was like a 13th pick. So you've got some gems, but just go down the line and look at 13, anything from 10, 11 through 14 for the most part. I would rather just trade for a known commodity. And I think you guys were talking about Zach. You're all in on Zach LaVine, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. 100% on Zach LaVine.
I have a lot of Zach LaVine cards. I will join you with the Zach
rookies. You got some rookies.
I got some rookies.
What's those going for?
He's a 2015 rookie. And if you remember, when he got drafted, he did not enjoy being drafted by Minnesota. In fact, he had some choice words. If you read his lips, when he got drafted, he stands up. So I think Zach LaVine is, I think he signed the restricted tender with the Kings.
Yeah.
And then, the Bulls matched, right?
Yeah.
So he did have some interest in coming here at some point.
Right.
So maybe Zach.
Hang on to those right now, big fella, because when he gets traded here, Kings fans going to go crazy for those.
I just hope that he actually plays.
He'll be all right. 2 years ago, he played like 70 games.
Draper MD feels that he's going to be just fine.
So you guys would have all the Zachs, LaVine, Edey, they're all coming
he got them all, right?
Zach Collins.
Randolph coming back.
Yeah, Zach Randolph.
Zach Randolph, Zebo. You know how much of a Zach LaVine fan we are in the Draper household? My son has a Zach LaVine UCLA jersey. Like, that's our guy. So if he comes here, we'll do an event at the store. Trust me, we in on that. We will make that happen. Zach LaVine's my guy, bro. I'm a big Zach LaVine guy.
Hey, you know what, though? The Bulls do need to revamp. And Lonzo, I was trying to get a Lonzo Ball game-used jersey. Not possible. The guy doesn't play.
Boom, boom. This guy. You got jokes now
He's
too?
running material now. Yeah. He's at home last
shop
night.
owner.
Trying stuff out on his wife and Beckett. What do you think of this
Jessica,
one?
this one I'm going to say on the radio. What do you think?
Oh, poor Jessica.
Yeah.
She's watching. She's embarrassed for you right now, big fella. She is embarrassed. Embarrassing the family name right now.
I'm in the minority. I would like to see him take somebody at 13. But
Really?
I mean, if they can package it and get something, it's got to be an incredibly eventful offseason for the Kings, right? I mean, it has to be. Just like they have to bring back Mike Brown. They've got to be very busy this year.
As long as they could be a little bit busier than last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Monty sat on both hands. I don't think anything happened other than the Harrison re-signing.
Oh, you had the EuroLeague.
No, you had
MVP
the
come
Sasha
over.
Vezenkov.
He was great.
Chris
I
Duarte.
have,
Mr. Vezenkov.
I think I have a numbered rookie card, Sasha Vezenkov.
Really?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
What's that going for? You know, I'm all about the price.
What do you
What's that going for? What do you want for?
How much are you going to pay me to take it? No, Sasha's great. His little flick three-pointer is kind of fun to watch. His ankles were a little bit
He had a
dusty
rough
last year.
Yeah,
Rough year.
But that was, to your point, that was one of the things that was, what moves did you make? Well, we brought in Sasha, we got Duarte, we brought in JaVale McGee, and it just obviously, as we've discussed a million times, none of them quite worked.
It was one of the weakest benches we've had on a Kings team for quite some time, right? And it's sad to say, I love the Kings. I'm obviously a huge Kings homer, but we need an additional scorer to come off that bench. And I'm a big fan of moving Herter to the bench. I think Herter needs a restart, and if he's not going to be moved, I like him coming off the bench and putting some 3-point power behind this.
Who's going to start then?
Malik. I would love Malik to move to.
He's going to start for Orlando, but I'm talking about the
Kings. Come on, man. Negative Whitey said strikes again. Let me ask you a serious question, though. How much does team success impact the local card market?
Huge.
Really?
Huge. You've got, think about this. I've been in this game now. I'm 46. I started roughly about 25 or so in the memorabilia game. 2010, 12, 14. Do you know what that happened locally in Northern California? You were on the East Coast at the time. The Giants. Yeah, the Giants were winning. And then 12, 14, 16, 12, 14, 16, Warriors, Northern California. Yeah. Like, I could sell the Bat Boys stuff from the Giants during that time. Since then, the Giants have had some struggles, and no matter who it is, it's just a little tougher to sell. Right. I think the last superstar that was on the Giants was probably Mad Bumgardner.
Not Buster?
Buster, yeah. But the team that's what it's about. So I think team success comes into play, out of sight, out of mind. I mean, that's where it's been.
Right.
We talked about Kevin Martin I was joking about Kevin Martin being as good of a scorer as Mitch Richmond, but like Kevin Martin was a legitimate 20 to 25 points a game dude. And nobody talked about him because we're West Coast. Yeah. Most people are sleeping on the East Coast. All the people at Bristol sleeping, right? So they're not going to talk about him. And then second of all, you've got a team that's just not on the national radar as much. So team success begets, it's just gonna push it on the collectibles.
What Kings players card or rookie card right now would you say is most in demand? Do people come in asking for Domas? Or I would guess it's Fox, but
it's Keegan.
Still Keegan. Okay.
It's Keegan, because people like the come up rather than the accomplishment.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that. That Brock Purdy's cards were incredibly hot. They still are hot. Don't get me wrong, but the come up, it's like wearing the band's T-shirt before they got big.
Yeah,
I've collected.
Yeah,
I used to listen to that band before they got big. That's what they want. They want to own the cards before. That's why they're on the come up. You want to talk about a card that's really hurt lately? Anthony Edwards.
No,
it's bad.
But Luka's shot up though, right?
There's a guy coming in tonight after I get done here.
I have to go meet this guy.
He's bringing in a Luka autographed PSA 10 card. Yeah, it's worth worth about $4,500, and he's going to try to sell it to me. So we're going to see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to.
Got our boy Pete involved in that, or is that all you? That's high level stuff right there.
Pete's high level too, but like, this is one of those that I have to be very careful on because that card was worth about $3,200 a week and a half ago. $3,200. It's gone up $1,300 in the last week and a half.
How about like year one into Luka's career and then around the pandemic too? Wasn't it worth more than that when things were like, wasn't there a time around the pandemic when everyone was home doing nothing and values were just going through the roof? And Luka and Zion's rookie cards were Or maybe they've gone up since then, but I thought it was crazy then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, again, there was no games to bet on.
Yeah.
So all the bettors moved over. There were no sneaker cons
Yeah.
for the sneaker guys to go to. So what could they do? They invested in cards and then they shot up. The Michael Jordan PSA 10 rookie card, 1986 Fleer. That thing hit $700,000. You can get one today for right around 180,000. Don't get me wrong. Like we're talking, it's like play money at this point where we're talking at such large amounts, but 800 to 180 is a very vast difference.
Yeah.
Pandemic pricing versus now. And it's what's new. What did I just see? What's coming out next?
Yeah.
Whatever comes down the line, it's going to take a little bit of a bump downwards. And then so the product itself will stay valuable until the next product comes out. So that product might dip a little bit because now it's 3 months old versus 6 months old. But then you can speculate on the player and say Anthony Edwards is hot. He's Michael Jordan's kid. I mean, they're saying that kind of stuff, and then you see the rise, and then they get almost swept, and the value. So Anthony Edwards' value is roughly about 1/3 less than it was 3 weeks ago.
I don't want to brag, but during that time, real quick here, when the pandemic had hit and the card values were going crazy, that's when I got back into the game. First thing I do is I go and I had to overpay a little bit, but I get a blaster of Prism draft picks and crack that thing open, and boom, James Wiseman rookie card, baby.
And I got to tell you, if you could find that guy that's still collecting him, that guy, whoever that might be in the world, that was a tough pick for the Warriors to be able to be a perennial championship contender, having the number 2 pick and whiffing that badly. That was a rough go.
But I do have a couple of Ant rookies from that. But it's draft picks. Anthony Edwards, some Prisms. That was kind of cool.
I like how you prefaced everything with "I don't mean to brag."
Exactly.
You know what? Exactly. You're the kind of guy who would say, "I don't mean to brag, but my garage door opener is also a garage door closer."
I remember that one. Yeah. When we come back, is Imran going to be around a while?
I'll stick around. My wife does not want me home anytime soon.
All right. And we'll tell you what Monty said when asked what recommendation he would give ownership on Mike Brown's future. Remember that? It's next with the Drive Guys. Imran with us today, Sactown Sports.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bronny.
I'm meteorologist Heather Waldman in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. An onshore breeze will keep Saturday a bit cooler. Morning temperatures will be in the mid-50s, and in the afternoon will stay in the mid-80s with plenty of sun. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA News and the KCRA app.
Your water heater. Old, rusty, forgotten. We hardly ever even think about them until there's no hot water. Right now, get incredible rebates up to $3,000 off and financing available for as little as $40 a month. Leave it to Bonnie to crank up the heat.
Welcome to the May Springtime Sales Event at Kia of Vacaville. Are you ready for an exceptional automotive journey? We're excited to present to you the pinnacle of automotive excellence, the Kia Telluride. As May unfolds, come explore the remarkable features of the Kia Telluride. Beyond being just a vehicle, it embodies a lifestyle. With its seamless blend of sophistication and practicality, the Telluride is ready to elevate your driving experience to extraordinary heights. Whether you're embarking on a family getaway or navigating busy city streets, the Kia Telluride offers unparalleled comfort and innovation. Moreover, with Kia's unwavering commitment to safety and reliability, you can drive with absolute confidence wherever your adventures take you. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Experience the exceptional Kia Telluride firsthand. Visit us today at Kia of Vacaville and take advantage of exclusive offers during the May Springtime Sales Event. Your adventure awaits. Kia of Vacaville, where innovation meets excellence. Model availability, lease options, and features may vary. Please visit Kia of Vacaville for more details.
Thanks for calling Discover. This is Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. It's Jennifer Coolidge. Hi. I'm so glad I reached you at 2 a.m.
Oh, of course. Anyone with a Discover card can call and talk to a real person 24/7. Now, how can I help?
Yeah, I used my Discover card to buy these yellow pleather pajamas, and I'm just not sure I'm pulling them off.
24/7 U.S.-based customer service. It pays to Discover. Limitations apply. Learn more at discover.com/credit card.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BEL.com. Babbel.com.
What is Subcontractors United? It's a list of 3 pre-qualified and licensed contractors in over 40 trades to help with your home project needs. From cabinets to heating and air to landscapers and everything in between. Subcontractors United makes finding qualified contractors free and easy with no accounts to set up. Visit subcontractorsunited.com today and experience the joy of stress-free home improvement. Save time and money at subcontractorsunited.com.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Hello, I'm Frank Cockrell with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Summer's officially here and many Americans are driving to various locations. When they get there, they may find prices have been driven higher than last year. What is still driving these higher costs? Well, goods are seeing little to no inflation. The higher costs are being driven primarily by services, including healthcare, transportation, accommodations, and housing rents. Home prices in the top 20 metro markets increased 7.4% in the past 12 months, ending March 2024, while the national average was up 6.5% over the same time period, led by San Diego, which increased 11.1%. Are we experiencing a vibrant real estate market, or gains being at least driven partially by scarcity? Existing home sales fell again in April, down 1.9%. Existing homeowners may be waiting for mortgage rates to fall. Until inventories increase, will we see price stabilization, or will potential home buyers be driven to frustration? How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment, watch videos, and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Frank Cockrell is a registered representative of Lincoln Financial Advisors Corporation, a broker-dealer member SIPC and registered investment advisor. Retirement Security Centers is not an affiliate of Lincoln Financial Advisors.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
KHTKAM Sacramento, KYMX HD2 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, your flagship station for the Beam Team.
Should we light the beam? Light the beam, baby.
Sactown Sports. Giving you local sports coverage from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. Sactown Sports.
I am too proud to beg. Imran Pilates with us. He offers to bring stuff in. It's okay, man. Feel bad. I'll go buy something from your store.
Everybody in the YouTube chat. What are you doing? Take the box.
Take the box, bro.
So am I inside my head. What are you doing?
You can tell your wife that you won, right? With all those L's that you keep taking.
That's right. Dang. That's right. So Imran's here. Of course, Kyle Draper and Jay. Oh. By the way, did you hear Drapes last night?
17 points last night in my rec league game at a Lifetime Folsom.
Oh, like in real life, not video games?
No, not dude. Your boy was in his bag. How much for a Kyle Draper card? How much does that go for?
I think we talked about it last time.
Is it in a suit or what? Like,
you know what'd be crazy? You know the guy's play-by-play calling himself, right? Ooh, did you see the way the drapes just dropped that?
I don't believe it.
Yeah. Muddy drapes in the building.
Bang, 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 right on the three. I don't think they updated my stats yet, though. I've been checking all day.
Who's they?
The Lifetime Folsom. Like, they keep our stats and everything.
For
dude.
real?
Yes.
I need to get up in that league.
What are you looking for? What do you need to know? It's because it sounds like you pretty much kept track.
No, I'm talking about season stats.
Oh, my averages are going up.
Yeah, my average
stat line is going up.
I think I'm averaging like 8 points a game now.
We gotta get you to double
So
digits.
if you scored 17 and now you're averaging 8, how many total games was that? 2?
I think 4 or 5. Yeah,
okay.
I was at like 5 points per game.
Well, they finally understood. Let the guy cook.
Yes, let the guy cook. Get it, Jay. Let Dave cook. Let Dave cook.
Let the guy cook.
I knew Jay was on top of that. Let him cook.
I was telling Jay while I was waiting to when I was on deck circle. You sound like Al Bundy talking about in high school.
100%.
How many touchdowns he
100%.
scored
Yeah.
in high school, bro?
See, this is the problem. I'm gonna school you
Is
or
there-
something. Emirates. I'm gonna school you.
please do.
Whitey, Jay, people at home. When you got family, kids, wife, ain't nobody else. They're not hyping me up. Long as the bills are paid, we get Peacock subscription, food on the table. That's all they care about. They don't care that I dropped 17. So if they're not going to hype me up, who else?
I'm a
Who
keynote.
else going to do that?
You're your own hype machine. is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's what
I'm a keynote speaker at a high school graduation on Wednesday in
Oh,
Stockton.
snap.
Okay, so I'm the
Okay.
keynote speaker.
Who let you come in?
I know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Who's
Listen
that?
to him,
Hey,
man.
listen,
What high school is it? Can you say or no?
I probably shouldn't. It's a
Okay,
Stockton
don't
High
say it.
School. I'm from Stockton. I'm the best choice apparently, which tells you
Okay.
the list of choice.
Well,
choices that
COVID's
you have.
going around. So like, who you gonna get?
Who else get?
Is he going to bring any jerseys? So what I'm telling you is I'm excited. I'm telling my wife about it. I was like, Jessica, we're going to go, and they gave us some seats so you can come. She goes, what time is it? I said it's 11 o'clock in the morning. She goes, oh, it's too hot outside.
See,
gonna
that's what
stay
I'm
home.
talking about.
So
It's a
I know the
veteran
feeling.
move right there.
So
Right.
I'm going to have to hype myself up.
Right.
I think I just did here on the radio. This feels like more like a counseling session today on this Friday drive.
Seriously, as men, as fathers, husbands, we get the big piece of chicken. You know what I mean? We get the socks at Christmas. Like, so I'm hyping
sound like
myself
Chris
up.
Rock right now. The big piece of
We get the
chicken.
big piece of chicken. That's about the comfortable recliner. That's about it.
There's a quote in the there's somebody talking Silva in the YouTube chat. He's saying Draper.
That's my guy. He hype it. See?
No, he's quoting you.
Oh.
He's quoting you at Lifetime Fitness. He said,
That's
"This is what I heard
awesome.
him saying."
That's awesome, man. All right.
Yeah.
Do we want that call or
Do we
no?
have okay. Yeah. 339-1140, 1-800-920-1140. Dale joining us in Sactown Sports. Hello, Dale. What can we do for you?
Oh, man. Hey, guys, first let me say I love your show. I listen to you all the time.
Thank you.
Drape, you're my man. Whitey, you've run me a couple of times, so I'm not sure how I feel about you. But
Watch it.
I know. Please keep your finger off the red button. So I just wanted to make a comparison. Number one, I've heard a lot of chatter about Mike Brown being disrespected by, Kings not coming to the table with what he, a respectable offer or whatever. But, the success of the Kings during Mike Brown's tenure has also coincided with Sabonis coming to the team, right? So how much can we really just credit Mike Brown with this whole brainstorm thing? And with Malik Monk, he's been disrespected way more than Mike Brown. You take your third best guy and put him on the bench. Doesn't make a lot of sense. And I don't know if any other team in the NBA that does that. Maybe you guys do. Maybe you could shed some light on that for me.
All right, Dale.
I have opinions.
Yeah. Well, you're his guy. So
I have opinions on what he just said.
I mean, we can look at history, the Manu Ginobili's of the world, Jamal Crawford, Lou Williams, all those guys could have been starters. Kevin McHale in his early years with the Boston Celtics. Bill Walton, the late, great Bill Walton, came off the bench for the Boston Celtics. And so, it may seem disrespectful or whatever, but we've had this conversation all throughout the season. Malik's value would go down in the starting lineup. He wouldn't get as many touches with Fox. He wouldn't get as many touches with Keegan and Sabonis. Malik is the perfect change of pace sixth man. And so to me, he was the prototypical sixth man.
And he still finished, is the thing.
And he still played 30 minutes a game too.
And as Dale said, how can you give Mike Brown credit? Because they also brought in Sabonis. And you can't turn a blind eye to what the team did with Mike Brown, how they played, and how, to me, the one thing about it, well, how's the coach doing? Are they playing hard for him? And we've seen it with teams where sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The Kings bought in, and their defense got better this year. To me, that indicates they bought into what he was doing. And you mentioned many times, Ray, sorry.
No, please.
You mentioned many times that this team almost came apart a couple times this year.
Oh, yeah.
But they didn't. And a lot of people deserve credit for that, but the coach certainly deserves some credit.
Exactly.
Drapes, you ever watch any of the Kings games? That was a sarcastic joke.
He's on fire.
I know.
Boom. Sabonis didn't play like this in the sense of that high post handoff. He didn't play that with the Pacers. He never played like that. OKC. That is a Mike Brown installed offense in that standpoint. Okay, so yes, he's correct. It coincides with Domas, but it happened to be the fact that he put him in a position of success. The other portion about this is the Kings, the first year of success, the first playoff year, third seed, was based on the fact that they just ran people out the gym. Right, they outscored the heck out of them. They were the number one scoring team in the entire league. And then they said, let's focus on defense. And you saw what happened. The offense suffered. Mm-hmm. So I think what ends up happening is, while we talked about this earlier, while Malik will want to have a starting position and he deserves one, he doesn't. The Kings don't need more scoring out of the starters. They certainly need it from the bench. Yeah. So that's going to hurt. And then that beautiful Malik down the middle drop off pass. The guy was averaging 3, 4, 5 assists a game, sometimes as much as 7. That's the kind of offensive player that we need off the bench. But I don't think Malik at this point in his career is looking and being satisfied as that first.
Right. And let me make one quick point to our last caller. Domantas Sabonis, his first year here. Small sample size, fellas. Small sample size. 15 games Domas played in. Kings were 5-10. So don't act like all of a sudden Domas comes and all of a sudden we're winning games and things like that. We were 5-10 before Mike Brown got here. Mike Brown gets here, 48 wins. So I give Mike a ton of credit, man. Right. We had Alvin Gentry, who's my guy, as coach. Mike Brown has inspired and instilled something in these guys and brought out the best. Domas is having the best seasons of his career. Malik is having the best. De'Aaron Fox is having the best seasons of his career under Mike Brown.
Yeah, I think it's a great point, Dale asks. And by the way, Silva says, I should have run him.
You should have. Right, run the caller.
Don't ask that question.
It is a great question. Well, how do you know how good the coach is? But you look at it with the Kings, there's definitely things you can see where, wow, the coach did a good job. But let's go back to what Monty said at the end of the season. He was asked, what recommendation would you give to ownership when it comes to contract talks? And Monty said, look at a 2-year horizon here, which is when Coach Brown and his staff came in. And there are a lot of positives. Right. We're certainly disappointed this year. Mike and I will sit down and try to figure out how we get back to where we want to get to. But 2-year horizon, a lot of positives. That's what the GM said, and that's factual.
There it is right there. And it's factual, it's honest, it's direct, it's the truth, right? And the fact that he said, we'll get with Mike to figure out how we get back to where we want to be, to me, that shows me there is some dialogue between the two. There is a working arrangement between those two. And so I don't think there's any beef or, man, how come the offense wasn't better or anything like that. I think this is a collective, and they're both trying to move in the same direction.
I know this is A, hardly a news flash, B, there's no way of knowing for sure. I think Mike Brown is still Monty's guy. He hired him. I think Vivek is the one that looked at the offense and said, what is that? And I think it's a Vivek-Brown disagreement or lack of total satisfaction, but they're going to figure it out.
You might be right. I don't know. And, as an owner, think about it like this. And I don't know Vivek's views on this or not.
Yeah, and I don't either. I'm guessing.
You go from a historically great offense last year. Everybody's excited. It's fun to watch. it's sort of like Dr. Jerry Buss with the Lakers and Showtime. He wanted it to be fun, fast. I would imagine Vivek probably likes aesthetically to see a fun threes going up, scoring. Winning by defense is not pretty. It's not aesthetically pleasing.
Since Vivek has been here, that's one of the things that apparently Michael Maloney wasn't happy about. He loves up-tempo.
Yes.
George Karl said, yes, we'll do that. Michael Malone, there was a lot of reports that even though they had DeMarcus, so he thought they should play a slower style, but ownership wanted up-tempo.
Yeah.
So that's clearly been the way Vivek likes to approach it since he's been here.
I'll do my best Brian Windhorst impression.
Okay,
Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting?
Why would they say that?
Now, why would they do this? Mike Brown runs people out the gym year one. But when he focused on defense, now all of a sudden a contract is an issue because he slowed down the offense. Isn't that interesting?
This guy.
Isn't that interesting? It is true, though, because think about the excitement that we had when they were scoring 1-3. Did you call the game live? Were you calling the game when they played against the Clippers? And they scored like 175 points?
I think that was a mark game.
Okay, but you obviously...
Yeah, I was working, though. Yeah,
what a game. I mean, my heart rate was going
That was
crazy.
kind of a cheap shot at my man right there.
Well, I knew it. I just wanted to make sure that he said it out loud.
Was it a cheap shot on me?
Hey, remind me, did you call that game? I already know the answer. But
No, you knew that. All right, no, that's messed
up.
up. That's messed up.
So, no, it's that fast
I'm
offense.
surprised they won that game.
Chicks dig the long ball. We've talked about that, right? They want to see the home runs. Like any sport that has increased scoring, increased activity, pitch clock, anything that speeds up the game, that's what people want to see. Our attention spans have been fast forwarded to the point where we cannot wait. And when you go, let's go defense. I mean, that's nobody says offense because that's what we expect, but we yell defense. Right when we're cheering the crowd, and we don't really want defense. We want the ball back so we could go score again real quick.
Yeah. The defense is better. The offense falls off, and you don't win as many games. I could see as an owner who has always wanted up-tempo offense, you'd look at that and go, I don't really think that's the way I want it.
There's a book that was written by Malcolm Gladwell called I can't remember the name of it.
One of those books. Vivek's
in it.
Yeah.
And he talked about playing 4-on-5.
Yeah.
He wanted a cherry picker back in the
have one guy back down.
Just sitting back there, and then they play 4-on-5, and they just throw it to the guy. He never crossed half court.
Because I think Vivek did that when he coached
Roger Craig's daughter,
team, right?
Was it Roger Craig's son?
Roger Craig was part of that scenario there. But yeah, I think you might have been right. It was Vivek's daughter. Like, just stay back. We'll play 4-on-5 on defense.
I think they won. I think it worked at that level.
It's hard to defend somebody 4-on-5, and then you're just waiting for the score a layup.
Let me ask you. I'm looking at the text line, and I want to get Imran Pilati here from True Sports Cards and Collectibles with us, and some people have some questions regarding cards.
And by the way, make sure you listen next time because Imran's bringing in hobby boxes.
Yeah, hobby boxes. We're gonna rip them.
I'm live tomorrow on the radio at 10 a.m. I'll be right here in this studio. I'll be sitting with Emil. I will bring all the hobby boxes to that show. Before I bring this show.
We're not going to be here though. Like seriously, just give some to my son.
Live from Target with Whitey here shopping.
The Walmart packs,
the
right?
Walmart blasters.
If a card box advertises pieces of game-worn jerseys with the card, is it better to sell unopened or open it to see who you get?
You can only open something once, so you might as well preserve it until you're ready.
Heavy.
That's heavy. Right?
Thank you.
On a postcard or
follow
t-shirt
True Sports Cards on IG for more advice. No, it's true, right? You can always open something later, so you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. You can't put the cards back in the pack. If you're a degenerate, I know of one that shops at
Target or
Walmart for blaster boxes. If you're a degenerate who likes to open cards with your wife and then have your wife tell you that you did a bad job with this, then open your packs. Enjoy it. That's the purpose of why we do it, right? We're buying it for the endorphins. We want to be excited.
Yeah.
Or disappointed. I'm looking at you. But if it's about preservation to hold values, that's the way to go. And one thing I'll tell you, Panini is very, very good at disappointing you in the sense of giving you redemption cards. So the actual autograph is not in there. You have to mail in this redemption card to get this card signed by somebody. Whereas Fanatics, who's now going to be taking over the sports card trading game in the next couple of years, they're taking over all licensing. They're actively saying we are going to eliminate redemption cards and really have the cards autographed and in the packs. And the reason why that's important is because if you're sitting on 2023, 24 product and you want to save it and open it 10 years from now, those redemptions are dead.
Done, right? Yeah.
But live autograph cards that are in packs will be there no matter when you open it. So that's what I would tell people. Enjoy the packs if the intention is to open it. But if you're looking at it from an investment standpoint, I just hold them.
916 stole a Michael Jordan rookie card from my friend.
Stole one.
In 4th grade. Listen to this. Let me finish here. But I remember the year on the card was 1991, give or take a year. I still have it somewhere. Is it worth anything given it was not made during his actual rookie year?
So Michael Jordan's rookie year is he actually had some cards in 1984 with a company called Star.
Oh yeah, Star. Those were huge.
But the problem was, but the Star cards, they were not
bought some once and I didn't.
They were not distributed in packs. They were distributed in team bags, and they're very easily faked. In fact, some grading companies won't even grade them because they can't tell the difference.
Wow.
Okay, so that's the first part. Number 2, his real rookie card, the one that's identified as such, is the 1986 Fleer. Comes in packs
with the blue around it.
So,
right? Yeah.
So our guy in the 916 who stole the Michael Jordan rookie card in the 1991 Michael Jordan rookie card. No, 1991 Michael Jordan card is worth about $2. Okay, so I hope the friendship being ruined was worth that, sir or ma'am.
How about that card?
That's a Joe Green.
Oh,
rookie card
me, Joe Green.
Nice card, huh?
Why are you showing me that?
This guy, nice card, huh?
Can't get that in a blaster from Target.
From my collection, but I sold it.
Did you get a good deal? You
got a boy.
You get a good price on that?
Pretty good, I think.
You know what he just did to me right there?
More money.
Why do you just went like this? Is she pretty? Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, she broke up with me many years ago.
Yeah, right.
Okay, cool. So thanks for sharing that story. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, good story, guys.
When we come back, Celtics, Mavs. Are you around? Or you
this guy's just hanging, man.
Listen, it is 94 degrees outside, and my car's been cooking out there in the parking lot. I will stay until it's dark.
He's that uninvited house guest. Right?
We'll maybe even do a little draft here. We'll determine the best subplots to this year's NBA Finals when we come back. Sactown Sports.
My friends swim no matter the season, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. Now, thanks to Skyrizi and clear skin, count me in. With Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Over the years, some of golf's best stories were about the legendary Ben Hogan. Tommy Bolt once said that Hogan was the only player he'd ever known to get an ovation on the practice tee. He said he saw Hogan playing practice rounds before a tournament where half the gallery was made up of other professionals. When Bolt was asked who was better, Jack Nicklaus or Ben Hogan, Bolt replied, "Well, I saw Nicklaus watch Hogan practice, but I never saw Hogan watch Nicklaus." That's a pretty definite answer. Hogan described the game of golf as a game of misses. He said, "The player who misses best is the one who's going to win." He believed that the first hole was the most important, saying, "Well, if you don't birdie the first hole, how can you expect to birdie them all?" Ben Hogan knew the value of positive thinking on the golf course. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
Power Business Technology is proud to be 100% independent, locally owned, and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a 2022 Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave for American Energy Heating and Air with a question. Have you recently had a technician diagnose your HVAC system and you were a bit surprised at how much it cost, or did something seem off about their quote? Because at American Energy, they take pride in giving you honest, straightforward solutions to get that system up and running. Have their qualified technicians come out and give you a free second opinion. It's free. You got nothing to lose but some dollars off of that original quote. They're making the uncomfortable comfortable. They've been doing it since 1981, serving the greater Sacramento area. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. That's why they keep having customers coming back for more and more and more. You can call them and set that appointment at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Ad paid for by the Sentinel Group. Attention Marines, military personnel, families, and contractors who were stationed at Camp Lejeune. Were you present at Camp Lejeune between August 1953 and December of 1987? You may be entitled to significant compensation. For nearly 34 years, those in the Marine Corps' base Camp Lejeune were exposed to contaminated drinking water, resulting in devastating injuries, including several forms of cancer, adverse birth outcomes, Parkinson's disease, and more. North Carolina's procedural laws have prevented victims from getting the justice they deserve, but passage of the Camp Lejeune Justice Act of 2022 would allow you or a loved one to file lawsuits seeking compensation for illnesses and injuries linked to the toxic water. Call today for your free consultation. 800-439-4252. Let our experienced attorneys fight to get you the compensation you deserve, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call 800-439-4252. That's 800-439-4252. Again, 800-439-4252.
It's Kyle Draper here to let you know that the famous Bay Area pizza company, Amici's East Coast Pizzeria, has just opened its first location in Sacramento, offering takeout and delivery to the greater Sacramento area. To check out the menu and order online, visit Amici's.com and click on the Sacramento banner. As a special deal, all this week, when you enter promo code SAC50 at checkout, they'll give you 50% off any large pizza. So when you want to enjoy half-price pizzas with family and friends this week, use promo code SAC50 at Amici's.com and Amici's delivers.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $200-$300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HYBRID to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HYBRID for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Sacramento, Dirk Bentley is coming to town.
Hey, y'all, this is Dirk Bentley.
Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo for Country in the Park 2. And he's bringing some friends.
This is Farmer Lee. Take my hand, let me make you mine.
Hey, it's Dasha. Kelsey Hart and more. Saturday, September 28th at Hart Health Park at Cal Expo. Get your tickets before they sell out at CITPfest.com. Brought to you by Coors Light.
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Emmer Pilati is here as we wrap up the week. How about this? This is sad. You were just telling us, Imran, about these, the autograph certificates. Somebody says, Brian Knudsen says, I hit an expired Luka auto redemption last week. Really sucked. So you open cards and you get the card to send in, but it was
as I just shared with you a few segments ago. Luka autograph rookie cards are worth. We're talking about multiple thousands, and there was a rumor, and it's never been confirmed or denied, that his mom signed his cards for him his rookie year.
Really?
No joke.
Dang.
Because he signs Lulu.
Uh-huh.
If you look at his autograph, it says Lulu, Lulu, and it was very, very flowery the way it was signed. And they thought, well, his mom has represented him since he was very young. I mean, he's been a superstar basketball player since he was probably 14, 15 years old. I think he was like a EuroLeague MVP at 17 or something like that, 16. And so mom probably took care of his fan mail and then just kept signing the stickers.
So it's more of a theory than,
but I don't know. That seems realistic to me.
Yeah. By the way, Compio says Mavs in 6. Curtis 6 says Celtics in 5. 10 says Celtics in 7.
Okay.
You guys ready to make it?
Let's
You don't
do it.
have to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mavs in 6.
Really?
Going with my Dallas Mavericks.
Mm-hmm. I got Boston in 6.
Dang.
Before I say what I'm going to say, who leads? It's they start in Boston.
Yeah, 2 in Boston. Yep.
So Game 6 would be played in Dallas. I'm going to go Dallas in 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really do think that.
Jay, you want any part of this?
Yeah, it's difficult. I want to say Dallas, and it hurts my feelings, so I'm gonna say Dallas in 6.
Wow.
I think Boston.
3 Dallas in 6.
I don't know. I'll leave.
And the fun underlying story. Porzingis against his old team versus Kyrie.
There you go. That's
his old squad. Yeah.
And I just feel like Kyrie's ready to cook. Kyrie is ready to be a 1B again.
Yeah.
He played so well as 1B when he was scoring 40 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that is that's beeping right now?
No.
It's
my blood glucose monitor.
Oh, okay. That was my second
I know,
guess.
right? I know.
Oh, you know what it's telling me right now? Blasters available at Target. That's Whitey's.
The blaster boxes, baby.
Get back in your seat.
Oh man,
no,
that's funny.
it was that piece of bread that we just got from the
that was good
from that place with all that sugary stuff in it.
Yeah,
but yeah, I
that
think
is a great subplot.
I feel like Kyrie's he's had such a rough go the last 3 or 4 years with the me and Durant are going to get together. We're going to do really well. And we're going to go, I'm going to do Boston. And he's become kind of the villain. He took over the mantle from Dwight Howard as the most hated player in the NBA. And I think there's a renaissance of Kyrie right now.
Definitely is.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Kyrie is on a redemption tour. Like his reputation has been it was tarnished in Boston and Brooklyn. But he's coming back, but
his return to Boston is going to be.
Emmer, he's the most hated guy in Boston. Like seriously, oh yeah. I mean, last time he was there, I told this story, and I was at the game when the Brooklyn Nets played him. fan threw a water bottle at him and everything as he's walking off the court. Like, it's hatred.
And it would have been okay if he didn't declare, I'll come back if you'll have me back. That famous.
Remember that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We all remember.
Hey, Jay, you started to say something about Boston, and I don't mean to put you on the spot if you don't want to talk about it, but my sense is you were going to say they just kind of fold up in the biggest moments. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things I have to see it to be proven to me, with Boston.
Right.
And I think they had the opportunity to fold. The Pacers just choked it off. Too young.
Pacers choked.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine if the Pacers would have won game one? All the pressure that would have happened to Boston immediately. And Drapes has talked about it. They've had a skate by. Like, I mean, the easiest thing you could possibly do. The Boston Celtics have achieved it, and it might just be the year, which is you need luck, you need skill, you need a few different aspects to happen when you need when you want to win a championship. But I need to see Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, guys win a championship.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, okay, they're champions.
While Boston has had such an easy path, the Mavericks have beaten the top 3 teams in the West, right?
They've handled their business. Exactly. All comers. They've beaten. Healthy too.
Yeah. Not like Drapes ain't there, so we ain't getting a ring.
I know,
so,
man.
Family
if they
take
get a
care
ring,
of family. I don't want them to win.
Dude, if they get a ring without me, it'd be the worst thing, man.
It's called Ewing theory.
I know, right?
Addition by subtraction.
Right. I leave, and then all of a sudden, they want to win a title. I was holding them back.
Ask DeMar DeRozan how that feels.
Yep.
That's what happened to him.
Right?
That's what happened to him.
Drapes, is this a subplot? I know in Boston it will be, but nationally, the whole thing about the Celtics and the 18th title. Is that going to be a subplot of this series?
I don't think nationally. I don't think so, because I think there's so many other subplots. Maybe it'll be played in Boston for sure. They'll, especially if they win it. I mean, it's a subplot every season for them. Like, their motto is the race for banner 18. Like, that's ever since I was there back in 2009 when I first started. It's always been about banner 18. I don't think nationally. I think nationally the subplot is Kyrie going back to Boston, Luka, Porzingis. Who's going to be the face of the NBA?
That's it.
Does
Luka,
Tatum get over the hump?
huge
You know,
story.
I think, those are all the storylines. 18 for Celtics fans, it'll mean something. I don't think nationally it'll be played up there.
I would guess, though, and I know I hear where you're coming from. Let's say Boston is in position, like they're up 3-1 or something. I could see how the start of the next game, all the pregame,
the graphics and everything,
all those Bill Russell, Larry Bird,
Havlicek, all that. Yeah,
Tommy Heinsohn.
Let me ask you.
Oh,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Because I want to pick Imran's brain about cards.
Yeah,
like,
That's not a problem as long as you're okay with having to buy another headset after I blow your mind with some information.
This is I paid a pretty penny.
Somebody
for this
in the chat
headset.
said that you wear your daughter's headphones.
Hey, man, it's smooth. Dude, don't be jealous. Everybody jealous of my headset.
Baby blues.
You all right there, Whitey? You admiring my headset over there?
I had a chance to have a little fun with your headphones, and I did that.
I know you didn't take it.
I did a little.
Doesn't look like a baby blue sky.
No,
his head's in the clouds right now.
They came free with the Mr.
No, this Carolina blue. This Jordan Carolina blue. You wouldn't know about this. You wouldn't know about this.
Yeah.
But the old basketball cards, speaking of some of the greats, are there anything that's of value other? You better take that. Prick yourself or something? What you got to do, big fella?
I'm going to do some jumping jacks. I can burn some of this sugar off.
Gout going on or something? What's happening over there?
I'm working on it.
No, but seriously, other than the rookie cards, like, the old school cards, man. I just got stuff.
What era?
Like 70s, 80s, that kind of thing.
When we were young?
Yeah, when we were young, any of those, you blocking my camera shot again, big fella. You're killing me right now. People want to see me, man.
Is this a radio show, or are we just 4 guys just hanging out and having fun? Because right now,
that's what we do.
I was just told
I was
move out of.
Wonder that myself.
Yeah, it was like, can you move out of Draper's shot, please? I apologize. Let me just.
No, but I'm trying to figure out. So I went to the card show, right?
Yes, you did.
And as a fan, I'm looking at Wilt Chamberlain cards. I'm looking at, Dr. J cards, things like that. Like, do those fluctuate in value at all, or what it is what it is kind of thing?
They only go up. They're the mutual funds of cards. They're not going to lose 3-1 in a series.
Right.
They're not going to tear their ACL.
Yeah.
They're not going to score 50 points. They are what they are. And over the years, they're just more and more sought after. I had a George Mikan rookie card come in the other day.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. For those of you that don't know George Mikan, he was kind of the great grandfather of basketball.
Yeah, the first superstar, right?
He changed the entire way that people, he created the 3-second violation because he would just camp out and score. So they had to do something. So that way a 7-foot guy back in the 40s, so that walked in and my mouth dropped. I couldn't believe it.
I bet your alarm went off and everything.
It was either a blood glucose monitor or it was a George Mikan walked into your store monitor. One of those two. So I'm telling you, I'm still working off the kitchen from last night. But when a George Mikan 1948 Bowman comes in, you're stunned. When a 1961 Fleer high grade Wilt Chamberlain comes in, you're stunned. I can see cards that are created today that has super high value, and it doesn't move me the same way as some of these vintages. Because you look at high grade stuff, it's like, how did it even get to this level to be this pristine or this high value after all these years, when it could have been in bike spokes, or it could have been rubber banded, or it could have been thrown up against the wall.
You ever see this card?
Yeah.
Graves?
That's a nice one.
I got one of those.
You got that?
I got one.
How much is that going for?
Should we tell them? Should we tell the radio listeners what you're looking at?
Oh yeah, I know, right?
Let's be professional for a second. We're on a radio show.
I totally forgot.
I was building the drama. What are they talking about? What? Julius Erving rookie card. So if you had one of these, to the point Emran just made, and it's Jim Mint 10, which is really hard because they came 1972.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even have any. They don't exist.
It just doesn't
Mint
exist.
9, $14,350.
That seems
you got
cheap.
a $14,350 card?
Mine's a 9.
I'm about to come visit you late at night one night.
If you recall, every time I'm on, Whitey breaks out something. Oh, listen, it's pristine.
It's pristine.
Everything's pristine.
I didn't say. I said it was not pristine.
Okay, maybe this one.
Yeah, but here's one, $25,000.
That seems cheap.
$500.
That seems cheap.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. If you think about it, what are the chances, A, that it's been preserved by the collector in that condition, and B, when Topps cut that thing up in the 70s to make a sheet of cards into single cards, that they even cared about the quality control back then. They
didn't on mine because it's really miscut.
Right.
Is it a miscut?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, it's like the chances of it coming out to be that, the difference between a Jerry Rice 1986 PSA 9 to a Jerry Rice PSA 10 is about $40,000.
Damn.
Difference.
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
goes to show. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how it works.
When we come back, baseball's first female pitcher debuts in Whitey's Wayback Machine. We'll wrap things up with a great Imran on Sactown Sports.
My father was a career United States Air Force pilot, and Memorial Day is a reminder of all he and so many others did for our country. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Right now at the annual Memorial Day sale, everything in the store is on sale. Everything. You'll save 10 to 25% on all living rooms, to sofas, to sectionals, to dining rooms, to bedrooms, to home offices, and so much more. Everything is on sale right now at Naturewood Home Furnishings Memorial Day sale. Whether you're looking to lighten the mood in your living room, brighten up your bedroom, or tighten up your home office, it's all available for you at savings from 10 to 25% at Naturewood Home Furnishings, where it's all about choices and always about quality. Shop the area's best selection of quality furniture at Naturewood Home Furnishing, off Highway 50 in Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
You've seen the specials on Amazon, Netflix, Showtime, and more. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Babe, can I go with Steve and have a drink at the casino? And then she started to speak wife. She looked at him right in the face and she goes, you can do whatever you want. And his dumb goes, told you. I go, oh, no, it's a trap. It's a trap.
Steve Trevino. Saturday, June 1st, the venue at Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Tickets on sale now at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss an evening with Steve Trevino.
Contact Tax Relief Helpers for details and restrictions. Attention anyone that owes money to the IRS. The IRS has restarted aggressive enforcement actions against taxpayers who owe back taxes that were temporarily suspended for COVID. If you owe $10,000 or more, you must hear this because now is the time to clear your IRS tax debt. A special toll-free number has been established so you can stop penalty fees, avoid liens, levies, and other hostile measures by the IRS. Call Tax Relief Helpers right now at 800-934-9217. Tax Relief Helpers will provide you with the maximum protection afforded by law.
I got behind on my taxes and owed $48,000. I didn't know what to do. I called and they got my bill lowered to just $3,500.
I owed $87,000 in taxes and it was scary. I got the amount I owed down to just $3,500. I saved $83,500.
If you owe money to the IRS, don't wait another day. Call 800-934-9217 right now before the IRS enforces liens, levies, and other aggressive measures. The call and consult are absolutely free. Call now. Call 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217. 800-934-9217.
In a world where everybody and their mother makes a primed trim board, contractors have to ask one question. Do I know what's under the primer? Available at just about every lumber yard you can imagine. Vintage trim boards are made from lodgepole pine. That's the stuff telephone poles and railroad ties are made of. It's durable. It's straight. It's been doing the job for generations. Manufactured right here in the USA. Ask for it by name. VintageTrimboards.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Kyle Draper. Drapes here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. We know Northern California has gorgeous weather, and I tell you what, this weather is prime for car shopping. How about a road trip in a newer pre-owned Mercedes-Benz? My friends at Mercedes-Benz of Stockton, they do a pretty cool job. They are the dream makers. They make their living outfitting people like you and I with the finest car in the world. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton's gorgeous new dealership, and you got to go check out their gorgeous new dealership, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. It's only a half hour from Sacramento, straight down I-5. It has a huge selection of brand new and pre-owned Mercedes vehicles. They've also got an amazing commercial van center. So if you own a small business, their commercial van center can outfit you with Sprinter vans that can haul anything. And you can qualify for very generous tax breaks if you use it for your business. It's Kyle Draper for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Go check them out anytime online at mbofstockton.com.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Party people, can yo get funky?
The Drive Guys, live and local, every afternoon, Monday through Friday on Sactown Sports.
Oh, yeah, this week has been so great. By the way, highlight of the week, other than having Imran here, of course, to me, Drapes, it was Jay lining us up yesterday with Bob Kendrick from.
Oh, that was awesome. That was amazing. People still talking about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you again for that, Jay. And then we have Mark Jones on yesterday. Next week will be a big week because I'm sure we'll be wrapping up this whole Mike Brown thing. Everyone will be smiles, right?
JaVale McGee on Monday, fellas.
Oh, yeah. JaVale McGee, our boy.
In studio.
Really?
In studio, JaVale McGee.
I might have to be in the neighborhood.
Oh, you got any JaVale McGee stuff I can get signed?
Yeah, I actually his mom's cards are pretty collectible. Truly.
Really?
Yeah.
Pam McGee?
That's right.
Okay.
Sacramento Monarchs legend.
Yeah, she has a daughter who's balling right now.
Really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a baller.
I'm coming to get my JaVale McGee stuff.
Bring some for everybody.
Poor JaVale, though. He was such a character on the inside the NBA with Shaqtin' a Fool.
Yeah.
He was so mean to him, but JaVale has always been a nice guy. I've met him twice. He's
Awesome dude. Yeah, awesome dude.
Great
Love
guy.
JaVale. Yep.
All right, real quick, fellas, before we move on.
Yeah,
are we pressing him to get a part of the softball celebrity game?
Oh, 100%.
Like some form of fashion. Yeah. We got to be on the
media
mic
team or something.
Right.
We definitely, and we'll fit. When's the date? July?
June 15th.
June 15th? Damn, I'm
Jug
gone
life.
there. I'm gone there. You guys have to fill in.
Where are you going?
Dog, I'm a world traveler kid. Going to Mexico.
I can't be dropping 17 only locally. I'm going to Mexico.
I'm going to Mexico.
Play the Mexico League.
Drop 17 on them.
With last break, I should say. No, we were asking Imran, as you know, you were here. Like, hey, what else do you want to talk about? He's like, oh, can we talk about Angel Hernandez? So what do you got?
What do you got? You got something on Angel you want to get off your chest?
I don't. I mean, the story was that the guy has had horrendous umping.
He's been a very poor umpire.
Very poor,
and especially this year too. Like he's been.
I heard that he was in a room with the. Did you hear about this?
No.
He was in a. Why are you smiling?
Here he's going. He'll tell you.
He was in a room with the MLB officials. They told him that he did a poor job. He was so mad. He walked out of the room, slammed the door behind him, and then he realized about 4 minutes in that he was in the closet, and then realized that he had to leave.
Yeah,
that's how poor his vision is.
He set you
this
up.
guy.
He set you up. I saw it coming.
I know. I was buying it. I'm like, oh man, really? How does Emran know this, dude? This guy got connections everywhere. My gosh.
All right, let's see this date in history. Of course, we already talked about Game 6, 2002. 1997, Illa Borders, first woman to pitch in a regular season professional game. Came in the 6th inning, St. Paul Saints Northern League game against the Sioux Falls team. So how many outs did she get? First woman, 1997. This is a Pioneer League or something. She comes in the 6th inning, Northern League. It's a Northern League game. How many outs did she get? What do you think, Drapes?
Is this a real trivia question?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying this, and it happened on this date.
I don't think it was a long outing. It wasn't like she did 2 innings or anything. I'm going to say 2 outs.
She got 2 outs. How about you, Jay?
1.
1 out.
How
many outs did she get? Pitching.
None.
You're exactly right. She gave her 3 earned runs. Did not get anybody out.
Slapped around.
Congratulations. She got cuffed around.
Sounds like,
why are you bringing that up,
sounds,
man?
sounds like a Blake Snell.
2002, he became the first player in 35 years to record 3 triple doubles in an NBA playoff series. His team beat the Nets. Excuse me. His team beat the Celtics.
No, it's the Nets. It's Jason Kidd.
Jason
bro.
Kidd is right.
Oh,
that's
Jason
easy.
Kidd.
A top 10 3-point career shooter.
And assist man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, he joined, by the way, Oscar Robertson and Wilt Chamberlain as the only players with 3 triple doubles in a series. And this date, 2012, no more quiz, but Kevin Durant with 22. Thabo Sefolosha, remember him?
Yeah, I remember him.
19.6 steals. OKC beat the Spurs, their 20-game winning streak by beating the Spurs in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. So there you go. That's this date. Also, 1964, Giants beat the Mets 8-6 in 23 innings, 7 hours and 32 minutes. Second game of doubleheader.
No pitch clock on that one.
Yeah, and that's Whitey's Wayback Machine.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
A lot of people
That's
interested
fun.
in coming into your. Well, you dominated it. People interested in coming back, coming into your show. Into your shop.
I will not have a show until next year.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm still tired from. I did sign the agreement. We are having our
moving it into the bigger place.
I'm talking about the show, the actual show. We have it in May every year. I moved it to September of 2025.
Damn.
We're taking a big show though. We're gonna have 600 tables, 50 autograph guests. Kyle Draper working overtime.
Yeah.
I still need to release the videos of you interviewing
That's what
people.
I'm saying. Oh, that was gold,
Oh,
bro. That was gold.
Is there any way for you to commentate on your own interviews?
Nah.
No?
That's one of those things. As a broadcaster, you just got to know when to lay out. I don't want to step on that quality content. I'm gonna just let it speak for itself.
I think your headphones just exploded.
Can you answer this from Manny? And I apologize if we answered this. I don't think we did. True Sports Cards, is a Larry Bird, Julius Erving, Magic Johnson Topps rookie card worth it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's one of the pinnacle cards. The interesting part about this card, it's a 1980-81. Cards for basketball, for some reason, is a 2-year thing. 80-81, 81-82. That's how they're grouped because of the season starting and ending in 2 different years. So this card in particular is a 1980-81 Topps card. It has Bird, on one side, Irving in the middle.
It's like perforated, right?
And Magic.
There's
yes,
3
and they're
mini
perforated.
cards
Correct.
in the size of one regular
and many
card.
cards have been ripped apart to make 3 mini cards. So finding one intact is beautiful. And then number 2, finding one in gem condition. I think the last one sold for $50,000 or $60,000.
Damn.
Because 90,000?
No, 90 seconds.
Oh.
Native radio to the professionals, big fella.
Listen,
This guy.
Jay just said in my ear 90 as in 90 seconds.
I
But I said 90,000?
I'm
I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
I know, right? That's hilarious, man. What are we doing
Look,
here?
dude, this is Friday Drive, guys.
Yes.
This is what happens.
Oh my god,
90,000. No, how much was it now? 60.
I think it was 60 seconds.
Yeah, 60 seconds.
Larry Bird rookie, Magic Johnson rookie, and then
Julius Erving.
Because some of those I think they were kind of mix and match, right?
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. 1 million.
1 minute, big fellas. He's like, 1 million? What?
I actually could have bought one of those ones for like $35, and I got something else instead.
Was it a blaster from Target?
There was like 2 packs of Topps 1980s.
Bet you felt good about those choices.
Yeah. To this day, I think I did the right thing. Thanks for being with us. Check out Emran tomorrow. What's on the show tomorrow?
Me.
Uh-huh.
And Emil.
You and Emil.
Yeah, me and Emil. And
talk about burying the lead.
We're gonna, well, let me just start by saying the majority of the time is going to be spent on Lifetime Fitness. Is it Lifetime Fitness scoring records?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to spend probably the first half an hour talking about anybody.
Almost got a triple-double yesterday. Almost.
Mess around and get a triple-double.
Thank you for coming in, Emran.
Yes,
appreciate
love
it.
to be
Thanks
here.
for the snacks. Thank you, Jay. Drapes, you're the best.
See you
Thank
next
you very much
time.
for being
Yes,
with
sir.
us. We'll talk to you on Monday. We've got
JaVale.
Yeah, JaVale McGee Monday, and stick around. Infinity Sports Radio's next on Sactown Sports.
Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that is MetaShare.